Miley Cyrus. We don't know.
Bumblebee, buggity bugby,
Rubber buggy bumper.
rubber buggy bumper. Oh, hello, welcome to tonight's show. I was going to say welcome to the Friday show, but it's not Friday, Mozza.
Not even a little bit.
No. What day is it?
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Yep. Wotan's Day, as the Vikings would say.
Yep.
Well, they wouldn't say day, they'd have another word.
Okay.
It's probably Dag or something. I don't know. I don't speak Viking.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. The point is it's Wednesday.
Yeah.
And that's exciting.
It's very exciting.
And we got people here on Wednesday.
Yeah, it's very. Thanks for being here, folks. I was barely allowed out of the house.
Really?
Yeah. And my wife just figured I was lying.
You didn't give her a heads up that you're leaving tonight to come to my place.
I put it in the communal family diary app, which is how I get permission to do things.
Yeah, that should do it.
You put it in the diary app with a week's notice, and that's the rules.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you say, yeah, but no. She was like, "Where are you going?" And I'm like, "Well, have you checked the diary app?" She's like, "Yeah, I saw that, but it's not Friday." I said, "I'm aware it's not Friday. It's Wednesday." She's like, and I told this whole thing. I said, "You're going to Brisbane. We've got to do it on a Wednesday instead of on Friday."
Yep.
She thought I was bullshitting.
No, it's true.
Yeah.
It's true. And this is evidence of that, the time it's published.
Yep.
The fact you're here.
Yes.
We got a lot of evidence to show that you did in fact come here for a Wednesday show. So don't panic, mate. Got your back.
Thank you.
Yeah, no worries. The reason we're doing a Wednesday show is, as Mozza said there, I'm heading off to do some travel.
Yes. To the other side of the island.
Yeah. I'm going across to Brisbane. I'm going over for the Brisbane Lions and the Carlton AFL, Australian Rules football match on the weekend there, creating a bit of content.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're not playing?
No, I've not been recruited.
Really?
No,
It's
unfortunately.
a shame.
But maybe, if I work hard,
Yeah.
there's a chance.
I mean, age-wise, you're probably coming towards the end of your potential hypothetical playing career.
Yeah, but 32...
Yeah.
It's a safe pair of hands. Like a confident, the confident players are usually in their early 30s. So
That's true, but they've normally racked up a couple hundred games by then.
yeah, but that doesn't matter. I've been doing some other things.
That's
but
true.
I can. Yeah, I've always played a bit of footy, and
You would bring a broad life experience to football outside of football.
right. It's not just about the skills.
No.
It's not just about kicking goals and efficiency and kicking accurately and tackling.
No.
It's about being able to say motivational things to do with your life experience as well.
Yeah.
So I could just be... I don't have to get possessions.
No.
I could go out there and run around.
You would be a morale booster.
Right.
That would be your role.
Yeah, I could go around just yelling out...
Yep.
Like fucking...
Slapping other blokes on the bum, saying top work.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of a motivational saying. I'm trying to think of... Just Coach Flowers on YouTube.
Yeah.
Who am I?
Who am I?
I am a champion.
I am a champion.
Yeah, remember that video?
Yeah, you would only have to amend that to who are you? You're a champion.
Right, so I don't need to get possessions. I can just be yelling out to the other Lions players like, "Oi, Zorko, who are you? I am a champion." And everyone feels good.
Yeah, that's right.
Don't need possessions.
No.
That's a good pitch. I'm going to pitch that to them when I'm there on fucking Friday and Saturday.
Do that.
See if I can get a spot in the team, being just a motivational talker who doesn't need to get any possessions or kick any goals or really have any
no one's tried
impact.
it. No one's tried it because every team is so worried about having a full complement of players who can play the game well. But has anyone tried, let's have a specialist talker-upperer who's just there to make everyone feel good about themselves?
Yeah, and not shit-talking. I'm not going to sledge.
No.
I'm not going to be out there like, "Oh, I slept with your girlfriend," to the other players.
No, you wouldn't do that.
I'm there purely for motivational
You're
purposes.
all class, yeah.
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 This is a good idea.
Yeah, it
I'm
is.
more excited about my trip now.
Yeah. And the fact that compared to professional elite athletes, you wouldn't be very good at football at all, by comparison. We're not talking about a backyard kick here. We're talking about,
I might get a mark.
You might. If the ball was just... If somebody else just shanked one badly and it just completely flew where no one expected it to be, you might find yourself there.
Yeah, just out in the flank somewhere.
Yeah.
Just like, oh, yes.
And I'm confident that if a ball was flying towards you and you were under it and you had no one trying to stop you catching it, you'd catch that ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt.
I could surprise a couple of people.
Yeah. Yeah, you would.
2 to 3 people.
Safe, with zero pressure, you're a safe pair of hands. Yeah.
Yeah, well, hopefully. I can dream. I can dream. But like the soccer players, the other football...
Yeah, round ball.
Some of them are pretty old out there. Like, how old was Tim Cahill? He's got to be pushing mid to late 30s.
57, I think.
Yeah. So I'm probably at a good time to actually start a soccer career just in the nick of time.
Yeah, well, get your AFL career done.
Yeah.
Just play out the season with the Lions.
Yeah.
And then you can... I don't know if anyone's... Because we talk about code switching in Australia where people go from, like, rugby league to rugby union, AFL back again, you know. And then there's been the odd AFL player who's gone on to play American football, gone on to play NFL. That's happened a couple of times.
Yeah.
People have gone in as specialist kickers or whatever.
Yeah.
On special teams over there. So you, I think you would be the first code switcher from AFL to soccer.
Yeah.
I don't think that's happened.
I'll give it a go.
All right.
Look, I'll give it a red hot go.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's why we're doing a Wednesday night stream, everyone. I've got a plane to catch tomorrow at 7 a.m. from Perth over to fucking Brisbane.
And let's
and
not
then I'll
lie.
come back on Sunday.
That could be dicey.
What's dicey?
Well, I'm catching a plane at 7 a.m. because it's end time.
Oh,
out
it's
there.
fucking apocalypse storm today in Perth.
I don't know
It's
if
like fourth day of rain and wind and all kinds of shit.
Hopefully Dan's, got the audio set up to the point where we can't hear all the shit going. But there's hail outside, there's bloody wind, there's rain, there's people crying in the streets. It's full on.
My mum's messaging, check if your flight's delayed, look at that in advance because
your mum's onto it.
it's stormy out there.
Yeah, she'd know.
She's onto it.
Yeah.
She's onto it. But look, I'll be back, and then we're on to the Friday routine.
Yeah, back to Fridays.
We're back to Fridays soon. But if this is the first time you've joined us tonight, then welcome. I'm glad that some people might get to see it for the first time to be part of the live show because they haven't been able to make it.
Well, that's it.
On Fridays.
You read out a message in the bloody chat room there. Somebody was saying they usually work on a Friday, and they're able to watch us now. So we're already winning.
Yeah, there's a win.
Yeah,
that's a good win. I mean, we've trained most people for Fridays.
That's true,
and we will go back to Fridays.
We will.
So no one panic. But the odd person who's like, this is nice.
Yeah.
This is good. You get to see it on a Wednesday.
Oh, it's outreach. It's inclusivity.
Yeah.
We're embracing the non-Friday people.
Yeah. So that's all good. And if it is your first time watching, this is pretty much how the show operates. We have topics.
Yeah.
We do topics.
Yep.
So tonight we'll be looking at a world news story and some more sports. And we also take questions from the chat room at about the 45 minute mark. You can ask questions and advice. We call it hashtag Ask Advice. So keep a lookout for that. We do that fucking once in the middle and once at the end as well. And we'll answer, 2, 3, sometimes 4 questions.
Sometimes.
That's huge.
Oh, we solve a lot of problems.
Yeah, because we don't just answer a question like, yep, you should do this, like, fuck off.
It's not just yeah, nah.
We break it down.
We do.
We do more than yeah, nah.
We do a lot more than that.
We do yeah, nah, yeah.
Often, yeah.
Yeah, that's how deep it gets.
Yep.
So welcome if it's your first night, and thank you. Thank you for being here. That's how the show's going to run. Usually we do a general catch-up as well. So you've been good, Moz. You've been all right. We know I'm travelling to Brisbane on Friday. What's been going on with you?
Oh, look, I do have a debilitating injury at the moment. It's a good thing that you're sitting directly in front of me because I can't really turn that way very easily. Actually, I'm not bad at the moment because I've taken a lot of anti-inflammatories and I've got the heat oil. But I've got a neck and shoulder injury. It's painful. It's debilitating. It's had to do that thing on the street today. Someone called out to me and I had to turn and to shuffle my feet rather than... It's very,
How'd you do it?
I'm a 44-year-old.
What happened? Tell me what happened.
This is my second sleeping-related injury in like a space of a month. About a month ago, I woke up with a pinched nerve in my right shoulder, and that fucked me up for like a week.
So it was bed.
It was bad, yeah. I just slept on my arm funny or something and woke up the next... This is what happens when you're an old man, Oz. It's not sporting injuries. It's not because you're working too hard. It's not, because you failed to warm up before pulling some sick, dance moves. It's basically because you slept funny. That's what you got to realise once you're old. You get your worst injuries by sleeping in bed at night, and you'll probably die on the toilet. Those are the two things you've got to accept in life. That nothing is vaguely like macho or cool or tough anymore. This morning I woke up and I went to take my health pillow. That was my first mistake, clearly.
Right.
And then it's just plang, pop, something's gone. And,
you rushed it.
I rushed it. I should have laid
You rushed the head off the pillow.
I don't.
How long should you normally keep your head on the pillow?
I have no idea. I feel like I was there a normal time. I feel like I was doing my usual, it's daytime. This is not a drill.
Yeah.
I always have a little bit of panic upon waking that it's daytime. A little
What's
bit
happening? Where am I?
Yeah, no, I usually know where I am, but I'm just worried that it's happening again. The whole day thing has come back, and I'm gonna have to get up and do stuff, put pants on, the whole bit. Yeah, so I worried there for my usual amount of time, probably a couple of minutes, worrying about general responsibilities and having to be an adult, and I've sat up and just pang, and
You
pang.
instantly felt it. You were
Instantly,
like,
oh yeah, no, it was like it went twang, like a breaking guitar.
heard
string.
it?
Yeah, no, I didn't hear it.
Right.
But that's
Well,
that.
yeah,
But
that
that's
would
what
be
the
bad.
pain. The pain was a twang.
the pain was a twang.
was
If there
like-
was a sound effect,
Yeah.
deep within your neck.
Yeah, if I was drawing a comic book
twang.
of my morning, I would write twang. Yeah, that would be the words, the lettering in the panel. Yeah.
So what have you done to address the situation or to work towards a solution?
I've just taken a lot of anti-inflammatory drugs, and I've put a lot of the heat cream, the sort of cream you don't want to get anywhere near your genitals.
Yeah,
or
the
your
heat balm,
eyeballs.
like Tiger Balm.
Yeah,
or
I
something?
used Goanna balm.
Goanna Balm.
Felt more Australian.
Yeah.
Yeah, I looked at a few brands, Deep Heat, Denka Rub, but no. I thought the Goanna's $2 less, and it's got Goannas in it. So, yeah.
It's got to work.
Yeah, if you've never seen a Goanna with a crook neck, they're very nimble. Oh, shit, see. No,
Yeah, that was too quick. Be careful.
Yeah,
you got to
slow
watch
down.
out tonight.
Yep.
You got to just do your side shuffle. Good we don't... Fuck! What if it was the screen? I mean, you did weeks of turning your neck to look at the screen.
That's it. I would have to do a full swivel. I would have to come all the way out and just come all the way. It would be awkward because the chair hits. I couldn't... No, I don't know. You can just see that wouldn't work.
Yeah,
Wouldn't work.
that's a thing. That's a thing. Mozza, for the new people here, used to have to turn his neck
I
to
did.
look at the whole screen that's up on the wall there.
Yeah.
And people were saying in the YouTube comments, Mozza needs a monitor. He's always turning his neck.
And you listened.
I listened.
You're
and we've
a man
given-
of the people.
We've given you a monitor back over here now.
Yep.
Like, you can see Mozza's got a fucking monitor.
It's on the Milton Cam. I don't know if the tech guy can switch over to Milton Cam, but you'll pick up the monitor on there.
Oh, yeah. So we got Dan the tech guy as well, who's part of the team for the new people here. Dan the tech guy runs all the software that puts the stream out on the line, and Milton just sits there judging us. But he's not a bad bloke.
No.
I fired him a few weeks ago, but
That was tense.
water under the bridge.
It's happened.
Water under the bridge.
Yeah, there we go. There's Milton Cam.
He's
yeah.
been doing a good job. He
Yeah.
contributes to the
Yeah.
discussion, and
Well, he's a performer and camera operator now, which is that's carrying a lot of responsibility.
yeah, we thought we'd put a GoPro on his head.
Yeah.
We didn't have a GoPro, but I had a Sony from 2001, 2002, so that's his fucking that's the equivalent of the GoPro on the
Yeah.
head for Milton. Retro GoPro. Go not that pro.
No, can't go far.
No.
Only as far as the cable extends. But
But it's good. It's
Yeah.
good. Okay, so you've just done the balm
just
Cream.
and the drugs, the tablets,
and the drugs.
because they loosen up things so you can move with the people.
And you're going to go to a specialist?
No, I think I'll do which I usually do, which is live in denial for a few days and hope it goes away.
Okay.
Yeah.
That can work.
It can. Yeah.
Occasionally that works.
Yeah. Usually, well, it worked with the arm.
I'm not... Oh, right, on your
did.
last one.
Yeah.
Where you slept funny on
And my
your arm.
wife kept saying, "Go to the doctor." Mm-hmm. And I'm a bit old school. I'm a bit like, once the doctors have got you, they'll never let you go.
No, yeah, and then keep getting you back, come back and visit
come
me
back,
again, check
Have
up.
an X-ray.
It's procedure, it's regulation, it has to be done.
You've got to check this, check that.
Yeah,
no.
they're just trying to charge the healthcare company more.
Oh,
That's the game.
They're worried about could there be other problems? What caused it? I'm like, I don't want to know what caused it. Just make it go away.
Yeah.
Yeah. But look, hopefully it'll fix itself.
Yeah.
I feel all right at the moment. I just have the occasional twinge of pain, but I'm not going to let it slow me down.
Give it another month or two.
Yeah.
Give it another year or two.
Yeah, I'll give it another 30 years.
Give it another 30 years.
And if it's still bad, I won't
If
keep it
it's
on.
still bad in 30 years,
Yeah.
maybe consider the doctor.
Bring
then.
it up with the GP, yeah.
Bring it up with the GP then. But see if you can live with it for a while.
Yeah.
The new normal.
That's right.
And
Just-
get on with it.
Just accept that turning will involve a few more steps than it used to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a little bit of...
A bit of a shuffle that way. How you going?
There you go. Oh, yeah.
It does make me feel bad. I don't feel this is karma coming back from... I like to tell people that I was the opposite of a bully at school. I was the sort of kid who would stick up for the kids getting bullied. I like to believe that about myself. That's like my self-narrative. But the truth is, there was one kid I did give a hard time. His name was Eric. And Eric had some messed up neck thing going on. His shoulders were perpetually hunched. And it was like his neck was fused in place. He had no and Eric had to go either way, look either way. And it was our favourite thing to stand behind Eric and tap him on the shoulder and go, "Hey, Eric," and just watch him do because to go 180, you'd have to do like a full little dance routine.
Yeah, and in that time you could laugh.
You could
time it. You could get see behind if he
him.
Breaks a record.
Hey, Eric. No, Eric over here. No, Eric. And this affliction is probably sent by the devil for teasing Eric all those years ago.
Oh wow!
So it's probably
what goes around comes around, Mozza.
Exactly.
You chose to bully one kid when you were young.
Yep.
You were on a good streak. You weren't bullying anyone. You were sticking up for the kids getting bullied.
Yep.
Then you were like, "Fuck." It's pretty funny how Eric takes ages to turn around.
The way he shuffles like that.
The way he shuffles.
Yeah.
The way he kind of waddles and turns around like a little penguin.
Yeah.
You were like, "Let's go in on him. Let's take the piss."
Yeah.
You took the piss.
That's right.
Now look at you.
Exactly.
You've become Eric.
I've been hoisted on my own petard.
Yeah. Do you believe in karma?
No.
Nah.
No, I don't. But it's...
good conversation. Moving on.
Yeah. I'd like to believe in karma.
Yeah, okay.
I'd like to. But I think there's too many fuckers in the world getting away with the same shit for too long, really, to be honest.
That's true.
I love the idea the ledger gets squared. I love it.
The universe will sort it out.
I love that idea, but I don't see a lot of evidence for it.
There's a few times you get to do it occasionally. You get to indulge in that thought. Something happens and you go, the universe sorted it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, what goes around comes around.
Comeuppance. When you see a bad fucker get their comeuppance, there's nothing more. Yeah, but as I've gotten older, I don't expect it anymore.
Yeah.
I don't expect it.
Well, people probably usually get their comeuppance because of their own undoing. They fucked it up. They put a foot wrong somewhere.
Yep.
And got caught out somehow by someone else who's working hard, being a watchdog of other people.
That's it.
So it's really actions. Actions are human actions.
Yeah, and if you're doing a lot of dodgy shit, you've got to cover your trail so carefully. And the more dodgy shit you do, you increase the chance exponentially of someone picking up on it, which is good.
Yeah. Okay. No, there's a good. We can go philosophical one night. We can go further into this karma topic, but short answer, no.
No, not really.
No.
Well, I like the idea of it.
I like the idea of it.
Yeah.
Or do I? Because it could go wrong. I mean, what if it gets the wrong person? What if you never did anything and you keep getting beaten down? And then the opposite can happen where, like, you get, like, a good thing happen. That would be good.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's one of those ideas that is, I don't know, it's a dangerous idea to some degree, because I think if we all just believed like kids that bad things, like bad people get it in the end and good people will get their reward later, it's a bit of a slippery slope to just accepting things being shit. You know what I mean?
You never end up doing anything.
Yeah, you never end up doing anything. You never end up holding the powerful cunts in the world to account, you know. You end up, the people who are poor and struggle all of their life, they go, they'll get their reward in whatever you heaven or whatever kind of your idea is later. They'll get it in the end, you know. But it's a bit like, well, no, why don't you help people who are struggling now and try to rein the cunts in now while you're alive? Why don't you do something about it?
Yeah. Yeah, no, there's something here. There's a topic here.
Yeah.
There's a topic here.
I mean, Milton will have thoughts.
Milton will have thoughts. I'm keen to get onto the segments.
Let's do that.
Is all, but there's something here.
Let's move on.
Yeah, we'll move on. We'll move on, everyone. First segment of the night. We'll do world news. We haven't done world news for a few weeks. It can be a tough topic because usually it can be something that's a little heavy.
Yeah, it can
be. It's a little emotional. Tonight it's quite emotional.
Oh, it's a lot of feelings in this one.
It's an emotional story, I feel. We're going to cover the Thailand boys who were lost in the cave with their football coach, the football team that went out into the cave.
But currently, I mean, I suppose I was about to say they're not lost in the cave anymore. They're still lost in the cave. I mean, people know where they are.
Yeah.
But they're still stuck.
They've been found. Yesterday, I woke up to that news. I was kind of loosely following it. I'm sure many of you have heard of it already. If you haven't heard the story, so in Thailand, there's like 11, 12, 13 kids.
12, I think. 12 and the coach.
And they're teenagers and a football coach who's 25. They all decided to go out into a cave after football practice.
Good day.
good day.
Bit of caving.
Good excursion.
I love a cave.
And then everyone was like, we haven't heard from them. Where the fuck are they? And it starts getting picked up on the news. And I think I heard about it like last week, and it was like, holy fuck, like, a dozen kids lost in a cave. This is very Lord of the Flies shit.
Yeah.
I was interested in the story. And then I didn't follow it, or I didn't hear much about it for another 4, 5, 6 days. And then yesterday morning, I saw the news that the kids had been found in the cave. So yeah, we'll go over to that footage. We won't talk in this one, Mozza. I won't go over it trying to be a funny bastard. I'll just let it play out, and then we'll give it a review.
Okay.
Hello, thank you.
How many of you? 13.
Yes.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
We are coming. It's okay.
It's okay.
Many people are coming.
Many people.
We are the first. Many people come.
What day? What
Tomorrow.
No. What day is it? No,
Oh,
okay.
so,
เขาบอกไปได้มั้ง
Monday.
Okay, but 1 week and Monday. You have been here 10 days. 10 days. You are very strong. Very strong.
I am really happy.
We are happy too.
Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Okay.
So where you come from?
England, UK.
Oh.
Yeah, so there we have it. That's the footage of the kids being found in the fucking cave. And that was like...
Did the folks out there hear the audio on that?
I think so, yeah.
Oh,
They would have
okay.
heard the audio. Yeah, Dan, the tech guy's onto it. Dan, yeah,
Nice.
he's onto it. We've listened to it a bazillion
Yeah, we did.
times, so-
Yeah. No, I couldn't hear anything, so I was wondering if they could hear anything.
That's good. You were acting like you could hear it, and
Yeah.
that's really good. I
Yeah.
forgot to tell you to do that beforehand.
Just it was strange that we had a minute of silence, which was like we were being respectful, but they're not, they got found. They're not dead or anything.
No.
But they're not rescued yet, and this is the sensitive part of the story.
Right. Well, when I first saw it yesterday, I watched that video, and I instantly kind of partied. I was like, oh, fuck yes.
Yeah.
This is a good news story. This is good shit. Yes. And I was pretty happy. And then you think about it more and the complications, and it's like, well, fuck, it's not that easy getting them out of there.
No, because for people playing at home who may or may not, have been following the story or heard about it, so it's monsoonal flooding this time of year in Thailand. Apparently this is like the word I read was labyrinthine cave system, and there's water everywhere rushing through these tunnels, and so the boys' means of escape is they had to get like Navy SEAL divers in there from Thailand to find them. So it involved a lot of actual diving, in like complete darkness, in confined areas with like surging currents coming through. Apparently really dangerous stuff.
Yeah. No, it's a hell of a story, and you got people from England and US and like all over. It's one of those events where people are coming together from all over the place.
Yeah, and do you give props to those kids? They were in there for 10 days. Before
That bit is hard to comprehend for a second. It was like, whoa, because I'd kind of gotten on with life. I'd heard about it last week, and I saw it, and I was like, well, fuck. They're back. Like it's okay. It's good.
And 10 days in absolute darkness, because I don't know if they had anything, a light source. I don't know if they were sitting in the dark the whole time with like nothing to eat.
Yeah.
Dark and wet. In
You start unpacking it, and it's like, well, what the fuck? Like that is actually terrifying. Like you imagine Lord of the Flies scenarios, and it's like, when are people going to turn on each other? When are people going to murder each other? When are people going to stop? They're going to start distrusting one another, forming alliances and groups. And we're used to that in survival disaster movies and horror films. These kids were just like sitting there, all well behaved.
No one's eaten anyone else?
No.
And I don't think, I think they were only planning to do a day trip, so they probably wouldn't have had a lot of food. So the fact that no one's eaten anyone else in 10 days is pretty impressive.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm very impressed with that because that is, my brain goes to Hollywood movie script all the time. I'm like, so you mean they just kind of sat there quietly behaved? Football coach was probably like, someone maybe went to take a bite of someone else, and coach was like, no. It's good. I mean, they got a 25-year-old in there with them.
That is good. And that's not that old, 25. He must be a great bloody, because probably they're doing how do you survive for 10 days, not lose your mind? Sing-alongs, play a few trivia games, do a lot of that kind of, celebrity head style stuff, like who am I? Or, are you living or real? Or are you fictional? Or, I don't know.
I don't know. People talk about this a bit, but, I mean, you lose track of time really fast.
You do.
So you're in, like, complete darkness.
Yep.
And you might only think, like, a day or two has passed.
That's right.
Then the diver swims in. He's like, "You've been in here 10 days."
Yeah. 10 days.
I reckon a lot of people would have just been thinking, the kids and the coach, "I've been in here, 2 days, 48. Someone will find us any minute now. We'll get a way out." But 10 days.
Yeah, and because of the situation with the water, this is a thing you and I were chatting about, prior to being on air. But we were saying that because they're saying because of the monsoonal flooding situation, the opportunity, like the conditions to get them out are as good as they're gonna be right now before the rain hits again on like Friday. And they're saying now it's incredibly dicey. Like there's been all these plans. Do we scuba dive the kids out? But it's dangerous as hell apparently.
Yeah.
So one of the scenarios is, do we leave them in there for 3 or 4 months and wait for the monsoon season to be over?
That's a crazy scenario too, isn't it?
Isn't it? Yeah.
It does. It bursts your bubble pretty fast. It's like, yay, they found them. Good news story. And it's like, they might be in there for a few months and you got to take supplies in and out because it can be quite dangerous to do the scuba diving and swim and fucking swim them out.
Yeah.
I got no idea how this is going to conclude. I hope it concludes good, of course.
Yeah.
But
I just
complex one.
I hope if it does happen to one of those kids can stay positive. I reckon, I don't know how old those kids are, 12, 13, something like that, I don't know. But
I think it's something like that. It's between 11 to 16.
Yeah, okay. I hope they can just see it, just see it as an adventure.
Yeah.
If they are told, look, it could be 3 to 4 months, they just go, well, sweet, we've got time to, build an underground civilization.
No fucking school.
No school.
That would be the best news, I suppose, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that's right.
No fucking school.
Just get to be on an extended camp.
Yeah.
Under the ground.
Yeah.
Hell of a story the rest of your life.
Oh, yeah. Hell of a story. And you know it's going to be a film.
Oh, yeah.
I reckon you know it straight away.
Yeah.
My sick brain went there
Straight
pretty
away.
fast. I was like, wow.
There would be producers right now.
Producers
Clamoring,
would be fucking creaming themselves. Like, yep, this is it. This is the next big autobiographical fucking disaster film, movie, survival story. Yes.
Well, it's like, they got a movie out of that 127 Days.
Yeah, where he cuts off his arm. Franco
James
does
Franco,
the
arm
old
chop. Yeah.
And he's stuck rock climbing.
Yep.
Yeah, well, they're going to have to ham this up because there was no cannibalism.
No, not so far.
Not so far.
Maybe after a couple of months.
Right. As far as we know, the kids are getting along.
Yep.
Coach is doing a good job supervising.
Yep.
So they're going to have to ham up the script. What changes do you reckon they'll make to the story so far?
Are we going to go full B grade with it? Full just not even trying to do like a respectful film adaptation?
Yeah, let's go full B grade Hollywood, just wanting to cash in on it.
Okay.
No substance.
Okay.
Yeah, let's not go like kind of, because they could go low budget, kind of gritty, and it's kind of it's a cool story still. But nah, let's go blockbuster. 30 different writers have fucking worked on it. It's a disaster behind the scenes trying to make it.
Okay, well, you're going to need some sort of subterranean race living in the caves who are positioned as a threat for most of the film.
Like The Descent.
Yeah, like that. Just like that. Yeah. But maybe they could actually turn out to be helpful in the end. And maybe maybe there's some befriending but they think they're the big threat. But the big threat is actually within the group. So one of the boys is actually like a 50-year-old man with some sort of disease, so he looks really young.
Yeah, wow.
One of those perpetual child actor types.
Yeah.
And he's just this sicko who's just living a life as a kid because he can get away with it.
Oh, wow.
And he's the creepy one all the way through.
You've gone full like psychological with the characters. I reckon that's too much substance already. I don't know, Moz.
I think creepy man stuck in the body of a boy is pretty B grade. I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, I think that's been the twist for a horror movie one time.
I'm sure it has.
I
No,
think
there
he
was a
just
movie.
copyright infringed. There was a
I
movie
probably
where
did,
she
yeah,
had,
probably getting sued.
she had like a disorder. And it
Yes,
was an old
I've seen
woman.
that. Yeah,
Yeah, you've seen it.
And she gets adopted.
But that's fine. We can. This is
Yeah.
like a copy paste movie. So
Yeah, exactly.
you just take this.
Yeah, we're not,
idea
we're not looking for
this on there.
like an Academy Award for Best Original
No,
Screenplay.
and it's got to be the American point of view as well. You
Yeah.
got to have like, yeah, it's in Thailand. All the Thai kids are speaking like good English. No subtitles. We're
No.
not doing fucking subtitles. No one's reading shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, like American kids or something in Thailand, and they go in the cave. They fall in the cave or some shit. The parents like back at home, dinner's ready. Where's Tom? Where he's not home yet. Phone calls between parents. And eventually, word gets like. Shot of the Pentagon, aerial shot around the Pentagon, and then American choppers flying over into Thailand. You got to have the choppers. You got to have chopper shots.
You do. You
Choppers
do.
landing.
Yep.
Setting up the base.
Yep.
With all the specialists.
Yep.
And you got to have like that English diver. Like in the video, the kids are like, "Where are you from?" And the diver says, England, pretty humble about it. We got to change that diver.
yeah.
That's an American diver.
Absolutely.
So the kids will be like, "Where are you from?" And the diver will be, "America."
Yeah.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah.
America.
Or more specific.
Yeah.
I'm from Truth or Consequences, New Mexico. Something like that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Albuquerque.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. And it'll be like,
I'm from a little town you haven't heard of. It's not there anymore. That
yeah.
kind of thing.
Yeah, we're getting rid of the English diver.
Yeah, he's gone.
There
Yeah.
can still be a token Australian who's like the bit of the wild guy.
Yeah, that's right.
He can be like, yeah, I'll go down.
Yeah.
I'll go for a dive.
Yeah.
I'll check it out.
Yeah.
But he's a liability.
He's the comedy relief character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's an idiot.
He's the guy who swims out for emergency medical supplies and comes back with a six-pack. He's that bloke.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just hopeless.
He thinks he's on holiday,
Yeah.
but it's a serious, disaster and, lives at stake, child lives at stake. And the token Australian character is like, "Oh, yeah, you going? Like, yeah, I'll fucking... I can do it. Yes!
Yeah.
I can do it.
Yeah.
I can do it. I'll play that character."
All right, good.
In the bloody disaster, the Thailand American disaster film.
Okay.
About the cave rescue. Mm-hmm. And I'll fuck it up. Maybe I'll be the character that dies as well, or my tank bursts. It gets snagged on a
You're
rock.
the one who proves that going out via the watery tunnels is not viable. Mm. Yeah, because your airline gets snagged on on a skeleton.
Yeah.
Yeah, just burst it.
Yeah. Then it's like, "Oh no, guys! my tank's burst. I got to get out of here. See you later."
And that's the one moment in the film where you have a nice dramatic. The drowning scene is actually quite dramatic.
Okay.
Because up till then you've been a pain in the ass character everyone hates.
Yep.
But watching you drown, there's actually some feelings involved.
Yeah. It's like, he did contribute a little bit.
We get a bit of orchestral music. Yeah.
He had good spirits. He didn't
we kind of
find the kids.
No, yeah, that's right. But we kind of miss him a bit now that he's drowned to death.
Who can be the American diver? Who have we got?
I don't think we can get him now because he's now credible. But probably like Matthew McConaughey 12 years ago.
Oh wow, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
McConaughey.
I want like a Texan accent.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I was thinking like a Chris Pratt.
A Chris Pratt.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well, so you go on A-list.
They'll try to sneak it past us because it will be a shit film, but they'll be like, let's put someone who's pretty likable in there. They'll try and do that. McConaughey, you see, you're going to, it would have to be before all his good stuff.
Yeah.
You'd have to go.
Well, Chris Pratt's pretty fucking A-list these days, just in terms of the price tag to get him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll put them both on the list and see who pans out.
Okay.
That's how you do it.
Okay.
See who you can snag, see who you can get.
Yep.
But yeah, either one of them would be pretty good. And then there's got to be the scientist woman romance plot. Always.
Yeah.
She's like a fucking seismologist.
Yeah.
Meteorologist.
Something.
Yep.
Yeah. She specialises in some really niche area of science, like science, like a sort of like subterranean tidal movements.
Oh well, caves like stalagmites and stalagmites and shit.
Stalactites and
Stalactites and shit.
Yeah.
You can be like a stalactite specialist.
Yeah.
And that helps solve where the kids are as well, is because she figures out the right stalagmites.
That's right.
And then the kids must be around this stalagmite.
Yep.
Yeah, that works. It'll add up.
Yeah, it's right.
It'll add up.
Maybe they discover a really rare mineral in the cave just by sheer accident while trying to figure out how to get the kids out. And some gung-ho mining company boss comes in and just starts blowing the shit out of the
Oh
caves.
fuck yes!
Yeah.
Now you're talking to me,
Yeah.
Mozza.
Yeah.
Now you're.
So extracting the bloody, the cave-a-miniite is more important than saving the kids all of a sudden.
Yeah, they'll want to cave it in. They'll want to be
right.
like, well, we can't wait 3 to 4 months.
That's right.
Get fucked. Like, this is the time to dig now.
And the mining company...
It's been fucking approved. We've got the papers.
That's right.
They're going to be papers.
Because they've got
people.
dodgy government connections.
Yeah.
So the military has to stand down, let them start blowing it up.
Yeah.
And the kids have to band together with like the subterranean alien race
Yep.
to like wage a resistance war back against it.
We get back to your idea of the subterranean alien race actually being helpful to get the kids out.
Yep.
And the 50-year-old horror kid, are we keeping him in all of this?
I'm not prepared to throw him out just yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I think he does die.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we remove him from the page as a threat. Probably, I don't think he's
Aussie man dies.
Yeah.
That kid dies.
that kid dies. Yeah.
The horror kid. Okay.
Let's,
All right.
Let's cast Ralph Macchio as the horror kid.
Sure.
He looks really young.
All right.
Yeah.
If I get Chris Pratt,
Yeah.
you can have him. What about female lead, the scientist? Helen Hunt. She's still around.
Yeah, well, she was a scientist in Twister.
Twister.
Yeah.
Yeah, she got experience with Twister.
That's right. So, no, she'd be good to go. She's probably looking for a gig.
I reckon.
She hasn't done much in a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she's solid, Helen. She's good.
Yeah. Okay. We'll go Helen Hunt, Chris Pratt, Aussie man,
Yep.
and Ralph.
Yep.
That's pretty good.
Maybe, yeah. I'd like to see Samuel L. Jackson as the mining company boss.
Okay.
Yeah,
We'll sort it out.
just because he'd smash it.
Yep.
Yeah.
I've had enough of this motherfucking monsoon season and my motherfucking... Yeah, okay.
Yep.
We can figure that out.
Yeah.
Well, there's a line...
I don't feel like Samuel L. Jackson does do a lot of like big money corporate villains. He does a bit. He does a bit. Yeah, he did it in the Kingsman.
Kingsman. Yeah,
that's
Kingsman.
right.
No, that's all right.
Yeah.
That's all right. Okay, well, this has been a rather sick and twisted conversation,
Yeah.
but that's what's happening in Hollywood, I reckon.
Yeah.
These are the conversations that are happening right now. You know someone is on that script for this particular story.
It's true. No, that'll be happening right now.
Oh, dear. But in all seriousness...
Yeah, we would like to think they're going to wait to see, the boys get out safe before they kind of press send on the emails.
Yes.
Yeah.
I hope so too.
Yeah.
And I'm following this story. This is, I reckon, it's a big world news story, and I'm really interested to see how it ends. And I do hope that it ends well.
Absolutely.
Okay, so that's the world news segment. Let's do some hashtag Ask Advice.
Yes,
Hey, Moz?
please. Let's do that.
Okay, everyone. So this is hashtag Ask Advice. If you want to send in a question, now is your time to do so, and Mozza and I will thoroughly review your question. I'm going to start looking in the chat room to choose a question. And Mozza, in the meantime, can you tell people what... actually, why don't you do a mini bit of advice?
Yeah.
Why don't you tell people how to change the oil filters on their car?
Wow.
Yeah, why don't you tell people how to be their own mechanics
Oh, shit.
with
Okay.
their cars, all right? That's good, because everyone wants to have mechanic skills.
Yeah, okay.
And it's really hard to do. So while I choose an actual Ask Advice,
Yep.
you give some mini advice.
Okay.
It's like Ask Advice Inception.
Okay.
So I'll ask you something and you go for it. So tell people how to be their own
Okay,
mechanic.
I think it's important to disclaim at this stage, folks, for both legal and safety reasons, I'm not a mechanic. So maybe ask someone who actually knows cars well. But if you are going to have a crack at changing your oil and oil filter, do run the car a bit first. Get your oil temp up. You want the engine not hot, but you want it warm. So run the engine for a bit. Make sure the car is parked safely because you're going to be getting under it to undo that sump bolt. Drop the oil into somewhere, and don't just throw it out. Don't throw it back on Mother Earth. Recycle the oil. There's places that'll take it back from you. As far as changing the filter goes, not a big deal getting the old filter off. That's not a big deal. You may or may not, depending on your grip strength, you may need a specialist oil filter spanner, which you can find at your auto shop. Putting the filter back on, see, this is the thing, right? This is the rookie mistake a lot of people make. A lot of people will put like an empty oil filter back on the engine. You don't want to do that. You want to fill the filter with oil, yeah, and you want to wipe a little bit of oil on the rubber grommet. So you're not putting, because if you put it on an empty oil filter, your engine's going to start up again sucking air. Don't let it run air through the oil jackets. That's not a good thing. So yeah, fill the filter with oil. Screw it on. Stick your sump bolt back in. That's pretty important. Then fill the engine right up. Get it running, and then make sure you check the level again once the car is running. Because once the engine block takes up that oil, the level's going to go down. So that's all I know about changing oil. But if in doubt, ask someone with a clue. Your Uncle Terry. Uncle Terry's usually know a lot about cars. So if you've got an Uncle Terry, ask him. If you don't have an Uncle Terry, maybe just ask around. Maybe knock on the neighbour's door. G'day, Graham. Do you know anything about cars? They can say no, but Daphne does, and get Daphne around. And she'll show you what's what.
Okay. Thank you, Mozza. I didn't hear all of that, but it sounded like fucking spot-on advice.
Who knows?
Nailed it.
Yep.
Nailed it, I reckon.
Yep.
Nah, good shit, Moz. Good shit. Okay. Hashtag ask advice. Here's one from America. Someone's up early. Wow. It's Independence Day here in America. Any advice for not killing yourself with fireworks?
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever had any experience with fireworks, Moz?
I did grow up on a farm. Look, I need to disclaim, I've never had any experience with something actually designed to be a firework. But I did, growing up on a farm with access to dangerous shit, I did make a lot of improvised fireworks.
Yep.
We would pull bullets apart in the workshop and take the gunpowder out of them. We would use a lot of petrol and other highly flammable liquids. We'd do things like put them inside an old Milo can and gaffer tape it shut so it was really sealed. They filled it up with gunpowder and petrol and stuff, and then throw that in the fire.
Okay.
So we weren't very safety conscious, and it's probably a miracle that my friends, my cousins, none of us lost, some fingers or our faces. Very, very lucky. I would say with fireworks, there's not a lot more to say other than stand back, I would say.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, that's practical.
Yeah.
Yeah, besides sheer luck, which sounds like that's how you got by.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
No.
Nothing wrong with sheer luck.
Can work for you sometimes.
Can work for you sometimes.
Yep.
Maybe don't 100% rely on it.
Don't rely on luck.
But like a percentage, you can be like, I'm like 70% planned, 30%. I'm banking on sheer luck. You know, you can kind of work the odds all right there to come out okay at the end of it. So yeah, a bit of sheer luck, standing by. And what you're talking about, this homemade stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, not everyone in America will be buying the fancy fireworks. Some people will be doing the homemade stuff probably.
That's true.
So we can't just assume everyone's got access to the top-notch, awesome fireworks. I don't know, because there's legal things as well. They're legal in America, like buying fireworks, yeah?
Yeah,
we're not allowed them here.
No.
So you had to go rogue.
Well, in the Northern Territory, again, because that's one part of Australia you can buy them.
Really?
Yeah.
Legally.
Not
on the down low.
They have a fireworks day in the Northern Territory. It was in the news recently, actually. And there was a bit of stuff of people doing dumb shit with fireworks.
Okay.
And I think that's the... So I would say to anyone who lives in any place in the world where fireworks are legal, and there are a lot of places in the world, just be grateful they're legal and you can have access to them and buy them and play with them. You don't need to take it up the level. You see the YouTube video, jackassy type stuff. People
there's videos.
Shoving fireworks up their bum.
Yeah.
I've
been tempted to commentate a bunch of them.
Yeah.
It's worthy of a compilation.
Yeah.
America Independence Day firework fails. That's a good topic.
Yeah.
There's some legs in that. But
I would say just appreciate the fact that you've got access to legal fireworks.
Respect
and just
the firework.
Maybe fire them at the sky.
Not at each other.
Not at each other.
Definitely not at each other.
Not at a woodland with a high chance of a major wildfire breaking out. I would say that's important. Try not to burn down, because these are terrible wildfires can break out, and they're just bad news for everybody.
So fire it up.
Fire it up.
Up into the sky.
Up into the sky.
Don't bloody pew. None of that.
Yeah, not hey grandma. You know, don't do that.
Grandma doesn't want that to happen.
Grandma with the walker, she can't move that fast.
She's not prepared for that.
No.
She can't dodge.
No.
She's not dodging in time.
No. Grandma didn't bloody wipe your snotty nose for all those years for you to fire a fucking firework at her.
Yeah.
You know. So, yeah, no, just be respectful. Be aware of the weather conditions and the kind of condition of the countryside all around you.
This ends up being pretty complex.
Yeah, it does.
I don't know, do a lot of people really think of this, or they just like fucking grab a six-pack, drink the beer, set off the firework?
I don't think it's complicated. I think it's just be aware of your surroundings and who's about.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
It's like,
You don't have to go out of your way to check the weather app. Like we got to set this shit off now because 1 hour there's a strong front coming in. It's going to be dodgy, so you don't have to go that far.
Well, you know, just be aware if the wind is.
Wind. Yeah.
If the wind is picking up, be aware of that.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Maybe, you know, try not to do too much littering. I assume that's a problem with most fireworks celebrations. There's shit ending up in, like, you know, the water and the river and all over the ground, and, you know.
Yeah.
Try picking up after yourself. That's always a good look.
Yeah, that's always good. Japanese were good at it at the World
the
Cup.
Japanese.
They cleaned up their whole fucking change room.
They tidied up beautifully.
Did a bow, and they were like, yep, we're going home.
Yep.
So I try to Japanese it on Independence Day.
Yeah, tidiness. Yeah, not to be overrated.
Yeah, clean up your firework mess, because that could kill someone afterwards.
Yeah.
Somehow, like not straight away, but maybe like long term.
A small animal could choke on it.
Small animal could choke on it. Well, that's it.
Yeah.
It's not just about killing yourself. You don't want to kill grandma.
No.
You don't want to kill wildlife.
No.
You want to look out. Okay, I got you, Mozza.
Yeah.
I'm picking up what you're putting down, fucking your surroundings.
Yeah.
Really be aware of your surroundings on Independence Day in America. This is coming from two Australians who have never celebrated Independence Day, so I hope it's helpful.
Well, we don't have independence.
No.
We're still subjects of Her Majesty the Queen.
Yeah, but we don't celebrate the Americans having it.
No.
Is what I mean.
No.
Like, good on them.
Yeah, no, we're glad for them.
But I'm not going out with like a homemade firework. Well, it's over. It's 4th of July today, and it's like 7 p.m.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're done. But happy 4th of July. Happy Independence Day.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I don't want to shit all over it.
Yeah.
I just don't care.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No, if it wasn't... look, you know, any excuse for a backyard fire for me. You know, I love a backyard fire.
You do. It's part of your, like, dream wedding checklist if you had an endless budget.
Yeah.
You want a big fuck-off fire. I think you mentioned something like a bonfire.
That's right.
Yeah. You don't even need a big budget for it. That's the great thing.
The beautiful thing about bonfires.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
So yeah, that's my tips for and probably do your fireworks setting off before you're too juiced on the alcohol.
Yep.
Yeah, don't get maximum juiced and then play with the fireworks.
Okay.
Yeah, probably like a couple of cans in, get your fireworks done.
Good.
Yeah.
Sobriety, stand back,
Yeah.
fire into the sky, be aware of wind and your bush.
Yep.
Make sure you're not doing it near a heavy bush
Yep.
or into the bush.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, that's pretty good. I reckon we've saved a life or two on Independence Day, Moz.
No doubt.
All the way from down here in Perth, Australia. Just doing what we can for the Americans, aren't we? Helping them where we can.
Oh, we got your backs.
We got your backs. Okay, we'll do another one here. I put a few aside. What else have I got? This one, I think we can... Oh, that's a fun little one. That's pretty quick.
Yeah.
What music do you play during a road trip?
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty easy. We can knock this off in 2 minutes even, I reckon.
Okay.
All right, just give me your fucking top 10.
Top 10?
Yep.
Oh, geez.
This is a playlist of 20 songs each.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Shit.
Go.
Oh.
We can do one for one if you want.
Go on then.
Pearl Jam. I don't know what song. I just wanted to yell Pearl Jam.
The first thing I thought was Pearl Jam Rearview Mirror.
Oh, that's good.
It's actually a song about suicide, which is a bit sad, but I just think that's a banging driving song.
They got some good road tripping ones. There's a Pearl Jam album Lost Dogs.
Mm-hmm.
Disc 2, very good for a road trip. There's some acoustic stuff on it.
Yeah.
It's like B-sides and rarities. It's one of those albums.
Yeah.
I'll go Pearl Jam, Fatal.
Wow.
That's my first pick. What's yours?
I'm going to say Pearl Jam Rearview Mirror.
2 Pearl Jams.
No. Yeah.
You can't fucking steal my answers.
Are we on the same road trip? We're going in 2 different directions? What are we doing?
Same road trip.
Okay. We can't. So
We've got the same playlist.
We can't back it
We're
up.
compiling a playlist of 20 songs here.
Okay.
Yeah. So we can. I mean, we can put like in terms of the order, one Pearl Jam song as number 1 and another one like number 13 or 14.
Yeah, I don't want to rely on Pearl Jam.
No.
Okay, well, let's get...
You like Bon Jovi?
Yeah, no, okay, let's get in. Let's go straight to AC/DC Back in Black.
Good. All right. Pearl Jam, Fatal, AC/DC, Back in Black. Radiohead, it's behind me. Radiohead, Karma Police.
Wow.
Yep. Just go straight for the big one.
Okay.
It's a good road trip.
Jeez. Okay. Bruce Springsteen, Born to Run.
Good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Open road ahead.
Yep.
Scenery.
Yep.
Mountains and shit. Mm-hmm. Fuck yes. Okay, what else have I got? Nina. 99 Luftballons.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I'm going 99 Luftballons.
Okay.
Is that, am I saying it right? Any Germans in the house?
I think it's Luft, but
I think it's Luft.
Luft, yeah.
The Red Balloon song. It's the Red Balloon song.
Okay.
And there's 99 of them.
Okay, can I ask one question?
Yep.
Why?
Because it's good.
Okay.
You know, like, it'll throw you off.
Yeah.
After Bruce Springsteen, it's like
It's
a
gonna
bit of a
mix things
tone
up.
change.
Yep.
But you'll still be able to go, oh, this is fun.
Yep.
Like, yeah. Nah,
Okay.
it's good. Nah, it's a good one.
Okay.
I actually do genuinely like it when
Okay.
I hear it when I'm out.
Yep.
I'm like, it's one of those songs. You can listen to the whole thing pretty easily.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I'm going Nina.
All right. I'm going to say Jimmy Barnes, Die to Be With You Tonight.
Okay, you got Barnesy.
Yep.
I'm going to go Pixies, Where Is My Mind?
Good.
Thanks.
Solid.
Cheers.
That's very good. I don't know why. I'm just feeling it. I don't even know why it's there, but I'm just feeling Aerosmith. Johnny's Got a Gun.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You've gone for Aerosmith.
Deep cut.
I went for Nina.
Yeah.
You can go Aerosmith.
Yeah, and I'm
Nothing's off limits now.
Yeah.
See, that's the beauty of Nina.
Yeah.
Icebreaker.
Yep.
It's like, how is 99 Luftballons on this compilation? Where the fuck did that come from? Now the compilation is broken wide open. Anything goes. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to go for Real Big Fish Beer.
Wow.
Ska.
Okay.
I'm going ska.
Okay. Shit.
Like punk ska.
Okay.
I think I'll have myself a beer. Yeah, it's good.
Okay.
It's good.
Good. I'm going to go Janis Joplin, Mercedes-Benz. The acoustic version, shit.
Well, I don't know it. I don't think I've listened to it.
Oh, Lord, won't you buy me a Mercedes-Benz?
Got it. Yeah, I know it. I know
good.
it now. Thank you for singing it for me.
No worries.
Okay, I am going to go Cosmic Psychos. Nice day to go to the pub.
Good.
Yeah, so we got Real Big Fish Beer.
Yep.
We've got Nice Day to go to the pub. Mm-hmm. You know, you got some leisure time. Mm-hmm. At some point in the road trip, you can stop at a pub.
Okay.
In for a bistro meal.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Nick Kershaw, The Riddle.
Nick Kershaw, The Riddle. Mm-hmm. Sing it.
Near a tree by a river, there's a hole in the ground where... I can't.
No, that's good.
Yeah.
No, that fits on the compilation. That can go after Pixies.
Yeah.
That'll work. Nick Cave, since you just reminded me of a Nick.
Yep.
Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds. Actually, I'm going to change it.
Yeah?
Grinder Man. So
Wow.
Nick Cave's other band he had for a while.
Wow.
Palaces of Montezuma.
Shit.
It's a good one.
You got to sing it now.
It's a smasher.
You made me sing.
The best line, okay, my favourite line in it, Marilyn Monroe's negligee wrapped in the spine of JFK.
Good
It's
line.
good. Yeah.
line. Okay.
Yeah, that was a pretty monotone singing experience then, but the line is something like that.
Evocative.
Yeah,
I like
and there's
it.
a good humming bit. Where it's
Yeah.
like,
Okay.
It's really good.
Okay.
Yeah, you'll dig it.
All right. Jimi Hendrix's cover of All Along the Watchtower.
That's good.
Yeah.
Not Bob Dylan. I think Dylan did one.
No, I think it was Dylan's song.
Was it Dylan's song originally?
I think so.
Maybe.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm 90% sure.
Could be a cover
Someone
of a
correct
cover
me.
of a cover. Okay, we're going back. All right, to Hendrix.
Yeah, no.
I'll go Dylan.
Okay.
Now that we've had some fucking with Jimmy, let's bring it down and go Dylan, Don't Think Twice. It's all right.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It ain't no use to sit and wonder why, babe, if you don't know by now. And it ain't no use to sit and wonder why, babe, It'll never do somehow. Something like that. It's good.
Okay.
Don't think twice, it's alright.
Okay.
Yeah. It'll bring down the trip a little bit. Maybe it's nap time for the passenger.
Yeah, that's good.
It's good.
That's good. All right. I'm going to put the accelerator down.
Good.
A little bit. Not. We couldn't go straight to like death metal. We're just going to rock it up a bit. Still in an Americana kind of theme with Let's Go Fortunate Son by Creedence.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
That's good. We got a little journey in the compilation here where we go Hendrix, Dylan, and then Creedence Clearwater Revival. That's good.
Yeah.
That all works. Mm-hmm. Okay, well, let's bring it back and go, who have I listened to recently? DZ Death Rays.
Okay.
I'll go DZ Death Rays. Fuck, what's the song? The Edge. Something about the edge. Not living on the edge. It's about an edge.
It's about an edge.
Yeah.
Okay.
DZ Death Rays Edge song.
I don't know it at all.
I think it's only a few years old. So after we go back to 60s, 70s, I mean, we might need another segue song like a 80s, like a Nina. But either way, we'll get back to maybe some modern times.
Okay.
And we can go back to where we want from there. So no pressure.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. 2 more each.
I can't think of a track. Maybe we workshop this one, but I think we need a banging hip hop track.
Oh, that's good. Can we go Ghetto Boys?
Ghetto Boys.
Yeah, Die Motherfucker.
Okay.
Die Motherfucker, Die Motherfucker, Still Fold. Die Motherfucker,
Yeah,
Die
solid track.
Motherfucker, Still Fold. Or Damn It Feels Good to Be a Gangster. Go Die Motherfucker.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's fucking lift it up.
Yeah.
From there, I mean, we can go to Rage if we want. We can go to Radham. Maybe Bulls on Parade.
I think if you were on the road trip, we have to have Radham in there.
I think we'll go Bulls. Let's go Bulls on Parade.
Bulls on Parade.
3-minute banger.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's good. It's good. After Ghetto Boys, we go Bulls on Parade.
Okay.
All right. One more for you, one more for me.
Okay. So I want a Daryl Scott track. Daryl Scott did You'll Never Leave Harlan Alive. Great underrated Americana guy. He's got a track called A Crooked Road, which I just think is, I want it in there.
Okay, that's fine. You don't have to justify it.
Nah.
This is like a tennis match.
Yeah.
We just go bang.
Okay.
And there's a bit of a rally and then bang. So yeah, you just belt it back at me. Crooked Road?
A Crooked Road, yeah.
A Crooked Road. All right, nice. Okay, my last one on this particular compilation. I was going to go the Pumpkins. Maybe Smashing Pumpkins Mayonnaise. That's a 6-minute. I feel like there needs to be a long one or 2 on there. I'll go Smashing Pumpkins Mayonnaise as my last one there.
Okay.
From Siamese Dream.
Solid.
Yeah, chuck it in. Any honourable mentions?
I reckon we could go a long time, because 20 songs wouldn't get us that far.
No.
So on average 3 minutes, that's what, an hour?
Yeah.
It's not a long run.
We can do some longer songs. I feel like Yes, Heart of the Sunrise. That's like 9 minutes, that fucking song. You've heard it.
Yep,
It's hard to sing, but you've heard it.
I know it.
You know it?
Yeah. My Wave by Soundgarden. That's just a classic for me.
Yeah, chuck in some Chris.
Yeah.
I reckon,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yep.
Can we... now it's getting emotional now. I want Linkin Park too.
Get Linkin Park in.
All right,
Get 'em in.
honourable mention, Linkin Park.
Yep.
Crawling.
Crawling. Okay.
Crawling in my skin. Yeah, it's good. That is a fun road trip, Moz.
It's pretty good.
I like that.
I reckon we should go now.
This person's not going to be into any of these genres at all.
No.
You wanted like fucking, dance music and shit.
Yeah,
Just don't listen to it.
Not really.
Hopefully that's helpful. You've got a road trip coming up. This gets you through like 60 minutes, I think, all of those suggestions. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Get you the first piss stop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on to the next segment. Let's go into sport.
Okay.
Mozza.
Yep.
We'll be going into sport now. I did a commentary on the Australian team and the Filipino team having a brawl in the basketball. So that's the full situation there, Moz. I didn't think that much of it when I first saw it. People started sending it to me the other night and I was already on the couch. So I'm like, all right, I'll look at it properly tomorrow morning, you wankers. Thank you for sending it to me. But yeah, I was like, I'll look at it tomorrow morning. I'm just like, it's a messy brawl. I don't know. What can I pick apart on this? There's a lot to pick apart.
Yeah.
It's a fuckload.
Well, I mean, I'm loving the fact that, I mean, how many players were kicked out of the game immediately? Like 7 or 9 or some massive amount of players thrown out of the game. And the game was finished. They went on and played more.
Yeah.
Yeah, with like 2 blokes on the court playing 1-on-1.
There is a long video of that because I wasn't watching the game live or anything. I think it was on during the World Cup or just before the World Cup had started. And there is a 20-30 minute video, so you see all the official basketball people looking at the footage and just like going, all right, this person's fucked, this person's fucked, yep, that person's fucked, oh, they fucked up. I thought it was quite well handled. They stopped the game. It's good the crowd wasn't too hectic. You know, those sporting situations, if the crowd gets really hectic. Because there's an old NBA fight with the Pistons or something, and people are full on throwing shit.
Yeah.
I hadn't seen basketball get so violent, but the crowd was turning on a player. So it's good that the crowd could at least stay pretty settled while it got sorted out.
I feel like those Aussies completely forgot they were playing in a stadium packed full of Philippine people.
Right.
When they started elbowing Filipino players. I mean, that's a reckless move.
That elbow genuinely scared me because a lot of footage we even saw down here was a bit one-sided, the reporting. It was like Filipinos coming in with coward punches, stomping on a player who's defending himself, which... Yeah, that was a terrible situation. That guy's got fucking 12, 15
But
you're right.
But
we didn't really see the elbow that Daniel Kickett had thrown. No one was talking about that.
Not in
much
Australia.
down here.
They were sweeping that under the carpet.
And we're not fans of elbows down here. We talked about an elbow last week in Australian rules football.
Yeah.
Definitely not fans of elbows on this show, unless it's in an octagon.
Yes, right.
But yeah.
No, we take a strong anti-elbow stance on this show.
Right.
Yeah.
So we're not afraid when we spot an elbow to call it out.
That's right.
And go, that fucking elbow shouldn't be up there.
Yeah.
I found it pretty suspenseful. I'm like, shit, well, if he knocked the guy out or it was worse, then the crowd situation could have been worse.
Well, they could have turned.
I think the Filipino bloke saw it at the last time because it kind of saw it at the last minute. It kind of came from his peripheral vision. He did the push over. And Goulding went down, and yeah, it's a foul.
Yeah, pushing a bloke off his feet is one thing.
It's not really...
Shipping him in the face with an elbow, it's,
It's not an eye for an eye. It's not properly...
No.
The punishment didn't fit the...
The crime, yeah.
The crime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I've played basketball for being pushed over, and, it's part of the game.
Yeah.
And, it's not like the guy wasn't going to get a foul for that. Anyway.
No, the Aussies should have played on. Like, yeah, you've got the foul. You're 30 points up.
Yeah.
Don't run in and throw a fucking elbow.
And everyone's lucky Luke Longley didn't hulk out.
Right.
Because he's like 7'2".
I would not want to see Luke Longley hulk out.
No.
That would be terrifying.
Because he could have just lost his mind and just attacked everybody.
Yeah.
The Filipino players, the Australian players, the officials.
Filipinos would have an answer for that, though.
Would they?
Yep.
What would the answer be?
Manny Pacquiao.
Oh, yeah.
The
Was
boxer.
he there?
The boxer.
Might take a while to mobilise.
They might have had him on standby. We don't know.
We don't know.
They could have been like, just for extra protection.
Yeah.
In case this event gets out of hand.
Actually, Manny versus Luke Longley would be a good match.
Oh, gee whiz.
Yeah.
This is a follow-up fight now.
It is.
Yeah, to me, in a good way, to bring the Filipinos and the Australians
back together
again in a controlled professional environment.
Yeah.
Luke Longley versus...
Luke Longley's not trained, but he's huge.
Yeah.
He's not trained as a fighter, I mean.
No.
Yeah. But Manny's obviously highly trained, highly expert world champion, but considerably smaller than Luke Longley.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be a good match.
Yeah, that'd be a good showdown. I'm positive he is Filipino. I think I've got my facts correct there.
I feel like you're right.
I feel like I'm right,
yeah.
And I feel like we wouldn't want to fuck with that.
No, we would be the biggest pair of white racist dumb fucks if we got that wrong. But I'm pretty sure.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Pretty
Because
sure.
we're live. Yeah. Anything can happen.
Anything can happen.
We can't renege.
No.
Once the words go out...
Yeah, it's been said.
You can't grab them.
It's on the internet.
Yeah. If I have made a mistake then, my bad. No. But anyway, I'm glad the Filipino bloke was not knocked out or anything like that. So I'm glad he saw the elbow coming at the last second and managed.
I don't think anyone was seriously injured, which is quite amazing.
I don't think so, and that's why it ends up being pretty funny.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you've got these tall blokes. I mean, basketball players are lanky. They're lanky as fuck.
Yeah.
And they're trying to, throw those long limbs around. And,
yeah.
And it ends up comical.
And let's name the reality. There is, on average, a height discrepancy between the Australian players and the Filipino players.
Oh, look, credit to the Filipinos for like doing those huge jumps.
Oh,
They look like bloody
yeah.
Spartans in the movie 300 or some
Oh,
shit like
full bloody, just full Sergei Bubka, just
Yeah.
up there.
Yeah, they were jumping higher probably than they were in the game. Like, I don't know if any of the Filipinos were going for back jams or 360 jams or, you know, just, boom shakalaka kind of
Well,
stuff.
I assume they could if they were angry enough.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. Like, they were fired up. I
Yeah.
think they were jumping extra high in the fight.
Yeah.
Which was incredible. Like,
Yeah. No, it's full video game shit. The big, the aerial, like that.
yeah.
Fair. Good stuff.
Yeah, they unleashed. But not a situation where anyone really comes out of it looking good.
No one looks
on a
cool.
sportsmanship level. No one really looks cool.
No.
They all look a bit silly at the end of the day. And then the Filipino players are taking selfies out there.
Yeah.
Like, just got in a fucking fight. It's like, all right. Yeah, calm it down, guys. Yeah. There is a whole backstory too. People were telling me Australians ripping off sponsor stickers on the court, or like the anger had been bubbling even before the push foul and the elbow. There's a backstory of anger bubbling.
It wasn't a happy game. It wasn't a friendly match.
I don't think it was a happy game
Yeah.
from the outset.
Yeah, that didn't look like a happy game incident. If someone gets pushed over in a happy game, you shake hands and ha ha ha, and they're not happy.
Yeah.
There was some, and unpleasantness was brewing, probably.
Unpleasantness was brewing.
Yeah.
And then there is a lot of hearsay out there. We don't know what's true exactly. Australian coaches going, we could hear them telling their players to hit us. And Filipino coaches going, well, that fuckhead did the elbow and that really set us off.
Yeah.
Plus, he was giving them people shit in the warm-ups too, apparently, is what the Filipinos are saying. And then, disrespecting the court or something with the
After
sponsors.
a shit fight that massive and that ridiculous, playing the blame game is a little bit silly.
Right.
Yeah.
It's easy to go down that path, though.
It is.
Because you're trying to be all detective about it. Even with that footage, I'm like, let's have a look at what we've got here. Let's just have a look at what we got. Let's have a look at the evidence and go over how this could have started. But you get nowhere, really. The whole backstory comes in. And I think there's fake tweets. I'm pretty sure they're fake. It's nasty. Like, of Chris Goulding's Twitter account, where he's saying things like Filipino monkeys, trash country.
Well,
Pretty sure it's fake. I've had people send it to me after the commentary, and all it does is add fuel to the fire.
Yeah.
You got to be careful of that misinformation on the internet.
You do?
Because that's not nice. And as a player, you wouldn't want to see
your name attached to
fake
that.
tweets that are being sent out. So,
Nah. Let it go, people.
let it go, I reckon.
Yeah.
It's a bit funny seeing
funny.
basketballers trying to have a full-on fight.
Did draw mine. I had no idea that the qualifying for the World Basketball Cup had even started.
Right.
For a start, I had no idea that the Australian Boomers were playing the Filipinos in the Philippines. I had no idea. So it's got some publicity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. People are like, whoa, the basketball event is on as well.
Yeah.
Besides the Soccer World Cup. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that drummed up a bit of publicity. Any
right.
publicity is good publicity.
I now know about Luke's hair.
Right.
I didn't know Luke was growing his hair out.
Hadn't touched base with Luke Longley for a long time in terms of my Longley information.
Yep.
Pretty sure I still got a basketball card from the 90s.
Yeah. No, I see him occasionally around Freo, very rarely, but not for a couple of years. I didn't know he was growing his hair out, Aussie man style.
Yeah, full rock star as well,
Yeah, you probably set the trend.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I'm a bit of a trendsetter.
No doubt.
Yeah.
An influencer.
Yeah, I'm an influencer.
Yeah.
Maybe I've influenced Luke Longley's hair.
That makes sense.
That's pretty exciting. Anyway, look, all good. Filipinos, Australians, hashtag still friends is how I'm going about it.
Absolutely.
I want to remain friends.
Yep.
I like the Filipino fans on the Aussie Man channels.
Definitely.
I reckon they like me. Mm-hmm. So let's not let this get between us.
No, it's just a funny story. We'll laugh about this one day.
Let's add In Excess Never Tear Us Apart to our road trip playlist.
Yep. In honour of the Filipino people.
In honour of this brawl, we're going to add Never Tear Us Apart to the playlist for our road trip.
And because of that elbow, I reckon the drinks are on us.
Okay.
Yeah, I just think they are.
Yeah, well, I don't know. The chair going in on
the
one
chair
night.
came post elbow. Everything that happens after the elbow is fair game.
Okay.
That's mine.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
Definitely get the first few drinks.
Yeah.
They got to get the
Chair bloke.
They got to get the chips.
Chair bloke should buy a round.
Chair bloke should buy some wedges.
Yeah.
Or some chips.
Yeah.
Not a full meal,
No.
but definitely a side.
Yeah. With wedges with like 3 condiments.
Yep.
Sour cream, sweet chili, and aioli.
That's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well.
Aussies buy drinks. Filipinos get the snacks.
Yep.
Get the sides.
Yep.
That's good. I think that's fair.
Yeah.
Because, Okay, let's not... You can go deep down the rabbit hole with this one.
Yeah.
With every story, I guess you can. Anyway, that's the news in sport. Australians and Filipinos fighting like a pack of wankers.
Yeah.
And what else have we got? Barry Hall in the Australian rules football. A former Australian rules football player, Barry Hall, has been fired from his radio job. We have briefly shown Barry on this show last week for when he punched.
Part of our video compilation of people being dickheads on the football field, yes?
Yes.
Yep.
Barry was included in that for throwing a punch
Barry was
at a player.
was one of those people being a dickhead at a moment in his career, and he was known for being a dickhead occasionally on the field.
Yeah.
But also a great player.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. And now he's been fired from his radio job because they were having a pretty sexual conversation on air. We'll play the audio. But,
Will we? Okay.
But we'll play the audio. But the story is Barry Hall, former Australian football player, has been fired for making jokes with another dude on the air about that guy's wife being pregnant and seeing the obstetrician who has to look at her vagina. Barry is the one with the real deep voice.
Oh yeah, Barry's got some serious. He's like Barry White.
Let's point out, he comes in a bit later towards the end, but yeah, he's got the real kind of deep voice down here, and you'll hear his joke at the end.
Yeah.
Beautiful wife is heavily pregnant. Can you give us an update?
Yes, that's correct. Wednesday looks like being the day that we'll go in and hopefully have a baby, but we're on call anytime now, so I've got the phone handy, and I'm not sure what the etiquette is. If the phone does go off, Damo, what is the rule?
I'd be taking the call.
Take the call?
I'd be taking the call, yeah.
How far have you? Have you had the old stretch and...
Yeah, what's it called? A stretch and
sweep.
swift? The sweep.
The
We had the sweep. We had
What's
the sweep.
Go, explain it to you.
Explain it.
Explain it.
Yeah, but
What were you doing?
Talk about your wife's sweep.
The
Go on.
sweep. You know, the obstetrician just has a little feel and makes sure that they're starting to dilate and puts a couple of fingers up and just checks the...
It's a procedure before birth, maybe. Just go with that.
Sorry.
Hey, Joey was a bit disturbed because the doctor was a good-looking rooster,
He's not
about
bad
40 years of age,
Yeah.
and he did the sweep with his fingers and then licked his fingers up. That's disturbing stuff.
Gee, that... Now, Joey.
He's replaced Johnny perfectly.
Gee. Joey, I put it to you that you've got the opportunity to call a game of Friday night football.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Okie dokie.
Now, set a bit of context. So this is the TripleM radio network in Australia, which, it's a bit... what would you call it? It's a bit, It's
Risque?
Nah, I was going to say it's a bit basic.
Okay.
It's a bit, it's kind of the lowest common denominator,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not, this is not artistic radio.
Yeah. I haven't listened to it in a long time,
No.
but yeah, from what I know, it pops up here and there.
Sort of thing you would hear playing on a building site.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
You might turn on a road trip if you couldn't be asked using your own songs.
Yeah, if you
Yeah.
couldn't be asked using our compilation, which we
No.
worked really hard on just now.
You'd probably hear some Nickelback and some Life is a Highway.
Yeah.
Probably hear that.
Yeah, and in between a bit of banter.
Yeah, that's right.
So that's what was going on here.
Yeah. Now, this is a weekend show, and most of the blokes on it, and they're all blokes, that needs to be pointed out, are ex-football players. So they're not stand-up comics. They're not journalists. They're not people who are known for saying funny or insightful things. They're blokes who are famous for having once been good at football.
And they ended up in the zone of sexual humour. And
we should say consequences here. Barry was sacked immediately.
right, that's a good one to point out.
Lost the gig, like as soon as they went to the music break or whatever, the producers have just sacked him on the spot. Get out,
Mainly
you're gone.
because of that line, obstetrician smells his fingers after the...
Licks his fingers.
Licks his... Oh, wow, yeah, licks his fingers.
It's pretty gross. It's pretty gross and pretty inappropriate and not very funny. Let's be clear. But the reaction that has come, because a lot of people, the internet's gone mad in Australia with it.
Do you think he should have been sacked immediately for that one?
To me, it's a hard one because obviously there are a lot of people posting about the current political climate with the whole Me Too thing, and we've got to have zero tolerance. People making any joke that be seen as being about sexual assault or whatever else. But here's my thing. This is a show for buffheads hosted by buffheads, right? And none of the people critiquing the show have been listening to it, I don't think. And I just wonder how much...
None of the people who are angry about it would be the listeners,
exactly,
is what you're saying.
Exactly. Like, look, I don't think people who listen to that show... they're going to be used to a lot of, aging alpha males making dumbass jokes, surely. And the fact they're even having that conversation in the first place, I mean, a bunch of blokes shouldn't be discussing intimate medical procedures involving pregnant women probably anyway. And Barry's joke is terrible. It's just terrible. But he does say straight after the gag, he goes, but that was very disturbing. So he's even acknowledging, that
timing was almost not bad. Just self-deprecate kind of straight away. Like, oh yeah, that's a cringe joke.
Yeah.
Like he's got an awareness that it's a cringe joke.
Yeah.
He's said it. The words have come out. It's live.
He's acknowledged that he's taken it too far.
Yeah. Obstetrician lick fingers.
Yeah.
No, fuck. Yeah. What did I just say? That's disturbing.
Yeah. Yeah. But Barry knows he's not a mental giant. He knows he's not a comedian. I don't know. I just think it's really interesting. And the only reason because as a bloke, I feel a bit, reticent talking about this stuff. Because, and I certainly don't want to question a lot of the female voices that have come up in Australia going, well, and a lot of people articulated really clearly why this shit is offensive to hear and, why it should be like not tolerated in the media at all. But it was actually my wife who opened up and got talking about it. And she said, I don't know if the guy should have been sacked.
Yeah, instant sacking as well, like Roseanne style, just fucking gone straight away.
Yeah. I mean, of all the stupid things that get said on media, and this is, it's a particular kind of show for a particular kind of audience. I don't know. I just feel like people getting outraged about media they don't consume. I just don't know. It wasn't said on like primetime TV for some family. I don't know.
You've become lenient. You're like, maybe not, should have been sacked. Your missus was lenient.
She was shocked by because this is the thing, Barry Hall's wife, because there was such a barrage of hatred towards Barry online, his wife was copying shit online about how can you live with a man who's obviously a misogynist, hates women, so people went on this moral crusade about Barry and what a, misogynist asshole he is and how he clearly has no respect for women and made all these jumps about the man and his character based on, one terrible, unfunny joke and gross and inappropriate joke that he made. But his wife was getting attacked, as if that's somehow respectful of women. Yeah. So the whole thing is just... I don't know, it's strange. Like, we're living in a strange time right now, and it's absolutely right and good that, sexual abusers are being exposed, and we're now coming to a new standard of how, how we speak about these kinds of issues and what's safe in the workplace and home environments and all those things. But the level of just... the fact that he was fired instantly and then this online campaign of just, Barry Hall was the worst thing that happened to women since, I don't know. It's just...
Yeah,
I just think it's disproportionate.
Words are powerful whatnot, but I mean sometimes they are just words, and it's a silly kind of conversation. Yeah, and maybe you can't have a conversation like that on commercial radio. We talk about genitals and shit here. We've talked about some kind of gory topics and whatnot, and we're happy to go there. Yep. We've got that freedom. I mean, I could fire myself, I guess, but. I don't know. I've got all the control, so I can not worry about it. I can, I don't know. We've got a bit more freedom here, but maybe those conversations shouldn't be on commercial air in the first place. Barry has to take the hit for that. Mm-hmm. But yeah, given the type of brand it is anyway, TripleM, as you said, it's not really that highbrow, I don't think. So for them to kind of crack down on it immediately probably seems a bit harsh. I guess it needs to be scrutinised and it needs to be called out as being a shit joke, because there's that line between sexual humour I like. Yeah. And I've done sexual humour on Ozzy, man. Yeah. I mean, your Net Garcia, it's like fucking sexualisation of the 6:30 p.m. weather news.
Yeah.
I think is funny.
This is the Mexican Western presenter with the attractive derriere we're talking about here.
Right, which was a huge video for me.
Yeah.
And I think initially the source material is funny because she's dressed in revealing ways, doing a news report.
She is showcasing her asset, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And that is inherently funny. So to kind of just add the commentary on top of that, I think is funny too. So I've done sexual humour, but there's that line between...
You played that in a relatively innocent way. You know, there was a vibe a bit like a teenage boy going, oh, you know, like...
It's a man trying to come to terms with whether or not he endorses his stiffy.
Because the whole conceit of your commentary in that video is I'm trying to focus on the weather, but I'm distracted.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
So you're not sort of saying, I want to get one up her or saying anything explicitly, you know, kind of aggressive in a sense.
Yeah, and it's good. There's no backlash from it.
Yeah.
It's been fine and it's been fun, and I like sexual humour, and it doesn't necessarily need it to be censored. But then there's the line where you go into sexual assault humour or sexual harassment humour. You know, there's these categories with sexual humour. Even in movies, there's gross out comedy and American Pie back in 1999 and movies that I liked. I like the kind of gross out genre, and I like sexual humour. But under that, there's the kind of darker subgenres where you go, well, that's just like sexual assault humour, or that's sexual harassment humour. So it's not really funny, and you can see it in stand-up comedy a fair bit.
Yep.
Those nights where we were doing stand-up comedy, or when I was doing stand-up comedy, 2004, 2005, and you got 15 blokes on as the lineup, and we're all doing 5 minutes each. You're guaranteed to get some cringe laughs out of that night. You're guaranteed to get some blokes who go for the sexual humour, but they end up in a kind of just full-on
dark,
sexual...
creepy place,
creepy sexual assault, sexual harassment humour place. And in front of a live audience, you can feel it and you get feedback instantly. That's the beauty of stand-up, is you've always got that feedback coming in straight away. So you know from an energy
that's
if
right.
you've fucked up.
And in a live performance, the crowd will punish you.
Yeah.
So if Barry had been on some sort of live panel in front of a live audience and he dropped that gag,
Yeah.
he would have heard from the room.
You hear the cringe laugh straight away.
He would have got slapped by the room.
You hear like 90% cringe laugh. You'll hear like, and then one guy that really likes the joke. You'll hear that laugh within a majority of cringe laugh.
Yeah.
So even on radio, even on the internet doing comedy, it helps to imagine the laughter that could be happening live.
Yeah.
I find anyway with my own work, I'm like, all right, well, what kind of laugh would this get if it was said in a comedy club? What would the response be? But yeah, I mean, Baz is probably not thinking on in that kind of
No,
layer.
it's an important thing to remember who might be listening. It's an important thing.
Yeah.
I remember I opened many years ago, back when I worked in radio, I opened for Weird Al Yankovic at the concert hall here in Perth. And I can remember his managers being all very, don't do material about sex, don't do drugs, don't do... And then they gave me so many don'ts that my head was kind of swimming with shit, what can I say? And I remember Al coming up to me and tapping me on the shoulder and saying, he said, look, basically, he said, just play as if your 13-year-old niece is sitting in the front row. And I was like, okay, that works.
Yeah.
And that was really helpful for me.
Yeah, okay.
After being completely intimidated by all these don't say, and I was like, oh, God, look at,
Yeah.
So rather than worrying about censoring myself, I was like, okay, I'm just going to play to a crowd as if my nana's out there and, and as if there's kids in the audience and, it was fine.
Yeah.
But that's the problem. You got a show like this, which I think has 5 blokes on it. No women in the room. So for a guy like Barry, who spent a lot of time in, bloody footy club rooms and other places which are exclusively male environments, you can get away saying shit like that.
Yeah.
It's just, it's easy to forget.
You get a cringe laugh from your friends as well. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, all right.
Come on, Barry.
That's a bit. Your friends know you. I've got friends that make terrible
Yeah.
cringe laugh jokes. And yeah, you're used to it and you're all good. And it's like, oh yeah, that's how he does jokes. That's how he does them.
That's
Those
right.
are his type. Yeah. Just
But if they did it in front of your mum, you might be a bit, oh, come on, mate.
Yeah.
Time and a place. Time and a place.
Yeah, time and a place. There's
Yeah.
an environment for it.
Yeah.
And you probably crossed the line a little bit there. I like to think that no topic is off limits. I don't know if that's Billy Connolly who said that or someone. And it's like, yeah, any topic is fine. It's fair play for comedy.
But it's got to be funny. It's got to be. That's the thing.
The funny has to come
If you're
first.
going somewhere, if you're making a joke about, I don't know, fucking 9/11, some, if it's one of those no-go subjects, one of those taboos, you better have a zinger,
Yeah.
a punchline,
Yeah.
Yeah, and Barry's joke wasn't funny.
No.
This is the problem. It's only funny because of how inept it was.
Yeah.
But did the guy deserve to be fired and then, dragged as if he's just like, the foulest misogynist since Jack the Ripper? I don't know.
No, I don't. Yeah, I don't know. You can choose to give a shit or you can not. I don't know. Some people choose to give a shit, and yeah, maybe it was the listeners of that station. Maybe it wasn't. It was obviously someone within that station got pissed at it as well.
Yeah.
Maybe Barry's been walking on fucking thin ice. Who knows? Who knows what Bazza has done before this? If he's pissed anyone off at his job, who the fuck knows? I mean, at the end of the day, it kind of comes down to like, that's none of our business. The dude fucked up at his job.
Yep.
And, he's in the public eye with this one.
Yeah.
And it's the entertainment industry. But, yeah, time and a place, I suppose. So, I don't know. I'm trying to come up with a clear answer as well. I'm like,
Oh,
should
there's
he
no
be
clear
fired?
answer. It's happened.
Yeah, it's happened.
We're not going to get Barry's job back.
Should he be fired? Should he be not?
Well, it's
Yes
happened.
or no answer?
Yeah. Should he be fired? Short answer is I think there's things that can be done prior to firing someone.
Yeah.
And again, I don't know what status he was in at work. I don't know if he was on thin ice. But immediate firing, I don't know. That's full on. Like, you think you'd give the bloke a chance to apologise on air.
Yeah.
A chance to say, oh, look, I made this joke, before the news. It was
This is an interesting... I mean, Eddie Maguire has made what's essentially racist fucking jokes.
Yeah.
I mean, not possibly or maybe, but...
Yeah, he has.
He was racist.
This is
on
the
it.
thing. And
He likened Adam Goods to King Kong.
yeah.
And people called him out for it, rightly so. And
Yeah, that's
whether
right.
or not they were listeners
And that's
of that station or not, people pick up on it and they're like, well, that's fucked.
The problem is inconsistency, and this is the thing. Like, so this week,
Because, he's still got a bazillion jobs and he's in the public eye and it's
Yeah,
fine.
making
He
mega bucks.
apologised for it and it's fine.
yeah,
So, maybe Barry, no, he shouldn't have been fired.
yeah.
Give the guy a chance to...
I would like to hear what
Backtrack
Barry would
on
have to say if people said to him, "Oi, do you realise what you've done? Do you realise why this is so offensive to?"
Yeah. Considering this is an isolated incident,
Yeah.
we don't know if he's pissed off anyone
No.
in his workplace beforehand
Yeah.
because it's none of our fucking business. But as an isolated incident,
Yeah.
the joke got a bit weird
Yeah,
and it's, But at the same time, you want to stamp this shit out. There's a legitimate fucking argument in that too, as you said, with the Me Too campaign and people really thinking about sexual harassment and sexual assault and where the lines are, even in conversation, yet alone actions, even in conversation. People are really having to fucking think about this. Blokes are really having to fucking think about this. So maybe to just have no tolerance for it is good.
yeah. I don't know. I always think about men learning from this, and I don't know if the story is just Barry fucked up and got sacked. Whether men learn a lot from that, or whether they just go, I don't know. I don't know. I'd like to think that young blokes following this who look up to Barry, if they'd heard Barry actually speaking, and reflecting and picking apart what he'd done wrong, they might actually learn something from that.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know.
No, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Because it is a big conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
it ends
right.
up being another big fucking conversation
Yeah.
on our show.
Oh, yeah.
There's nothing new around here.
No.
Ah, dear me. Well, yes, that's what's happening in Australian sports entertainment media lately. Yeah. All right, we'll do another hashtag Ask Advice. Mozza, we'll move on from that one. So, fucking send in your questions now. Send in your hashtag Ask Advice. If you want to send in questions about your wife going to the obstetrician, we're not going to be fucking taking them, so don't send Barry Hall obstetrician fucking question. No. We'll cover anything. We can cover anything. We can do it.
Yeah.
We can do it.
We're not scared.
We're not scared. We get a little bit scared sometimes.
Yeah.
Okay, fucking send in your questions, people. In the meantime, Mozza, let's move on to a story that you can tell people. No, you're going to give them a mini bit of advice.
Okay.
You and Milton
Okay.
together. Milton is like looking at me. He's like, I want to get in on this one, Aussie man. Milton, you can do this one with Mozza.
Thank you.
You're going to give people advice on how to choose a fresh pair of shoes
Wow.
when you go shoe shopping.
Gee.
Yep. That's what you're going to give people advice on. In the meantime, while I choose a more thorough question.
Okay. Well, Milton speaks a lot through his fashion sense because Milton is a classicist, and as you can see, Milton is an old school suit guy. Does like a closed toe leather dress shoe. Some people would say that Milton, rocking that look always makes him overdressed in some situations. But I think it's classy. I think it's really classy. And the one thing you can say about a suit, I'm not a suit guy. I hate ties. I hate that whole. But the one thing you say about a suit is it's a timeless look for a man, right? Like I think Milton is always going to buy quality because he dresses tastefully. And Milton's the kind of guy who looks powerful because of the clothes he chooses. With me, with a fresh pair of shoes, it's going to be dependent on the weather, the time of year. I hate getting my socks wet. So this time of year, I want something waterproof. I want something high, like a boot. I do like a boot. Like the comfort of a sneaker. But in the summertime, I'll rock bloody sandals. I'll rock a pair of flip-flops. So, I don't think there's any rules to choosing a new pair of shoes. I generally hate shopping. I generally don't like buying things. And I have kept almost every pair of shoes I've ever owned that hasn't fallen apart just because I don't like replacing shit. If it's still got some wear in it, I'll trot it out. Actually, just this week, I'm going down to my local boot repair guy to get my boots sealed up for the winter because I'm that guy who will use something to death, and I'm unashamed about that. So I can't say how I choose fresh shoes. I can't. I like to freshen up the old ones. How's that?
Good.
Yeah.
Good. That sounded pretty thorough, Mozza. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
I hope you guys got something out of that. I'm sure they did, Moz.
Yeah.
I'm sure they did.
Yeah.
Now, I think there's some shit that's been kicking off in the chat room after that conversation.
Yeah, that'd be a big one.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Yeah.
Anything gender is always big on the internet.
Oh,
vaccinations.
The internet loves a gender fucking shit fight.
They love a gender shit fight.
Yep.
I don't know, I missed it. I'll look back at it later. Sounds like it was a bit of a shit fight. Hopefully it's all good. I mean, someone asked the question, how to chill out in an aggressive chat room. I mean, we could go with that question. I don't have time to go back and read what people are arguing about, but please don't get too fired up. All right, try to stay calm at each other. It's a pretty small community here at the end of the day, and we do want to keep it fun and happy. And Mozza and I will go into topics that are difficult to talk about from time to time. Next week we'll do a vaccination story. No, not yet. Too soon. So do try to chill out there a little bit. All right, people. That's just my quick advice.
Yeah.
I don't know. How do you chill out in an aggressive chat room? Just stay chilled.
Yeah. Maybe just sit back from the keyboard for a bit.
Yeah, take a breath.
Take a breath.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because people can be looking to fire shit up and make it worse.
Yeah.
I remember when I was like 13 on Merc. I don't know if you say it as Merc or IRC anyway. It was a chat. Yeah, some people are pretty young in chat rooms is what I'm saying. Because I would on purpose go into the religious chat room and I would just say devil, 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 devil until I got kicked out.
You were trolling.
I was trolling.
Yeah.
I was a 1999 troll.
Yeah, you're an OG troller.
Yeah. So remember that people can be quite young in chat rooms and their brain is not so developed So just remember that.
Yeah.
But sometimes their brain is developed, don't get me wrong. You can be young and you can be in a chat room and fucking on fire and having a good time and outsmarting everyone. Sometimes old people can be dumb as fuck. I don't know. Just chill out. Satan. Oh, now people are saying devil, devil, devil in our chat room.
Yeah,
they got us. They got us.
Yep.
They're trolling a 1999 troll.
Yeah, just be aware that if you do type devil, devil, devil too many times in the chat room, then eventually the devil will appear. And you'll never know, because the devil will be like, he'll pretend to be like Brian from Arkansas, and he'll say a bunch of shit about vaccines and flat earth, and, you never spot the devil, but the devil will ruin a chat room very quickly.
Yep.
Yeah.
Don't actually want him to show up.
No.
People want Steve Buscemi to show up, actually.
Oh, good.
Yeah, they're calling for Steve.
Yeah, Steve Buscemi, no, he'd be quality.
Look, they said it was barely an argument. They didn't get into anything good there. All right, sounded like it just heated up a little bit. All right, there was a good little question here. Let me go back up. Strangest thing that happens while you're travelling. Strangest thing. I think that's just a general question. They don't really want advice. Have you ever seen anything strange when travelling?
Anything strange?
You're going to Brisbane in another week or so too. I'm going
true.
this weekend.
Yeah.
And you're going to Brisbane. You've done a lot of domestic travel.
A lot of domestic travel. That's
What's
true.
the strangest thing you've seen while travelling?
Strangest thing I've seen while travelling? Geez. I'd have to think pretty seriously about that one.
I'll go to gross out humour.
Okay.
We were just talking about humour and acting all highbrow about it.
Yep.
I've seen street masturbation.
You've seen street masturbation?
I've witnessed it.
By a human? Mm-hmm. Where was the street?
Hollywood Boulevard.
On Hollywood Boulevard?
Yeah.
So this was a man? Mm-hmm. Like with his penis out wanking it?
It was still kind of in the pants.
Okay.
But it was
clear what was going on.
Big pant action.
So he had the hand down the pants?
Yep.
And he's stroking it. It's very clear what's going on?
No, more than stroke.
Right.
Aggressive.
Right.
Tug.
So there's no chance that he was just like fishing around for his keys in his pocket?
It wasn't like fixing up your boxer shorts. It wasn't like, I just got to pull it down. I've got to
adjust my balls.
Pull the boxers down properly. No, it was a full-on...
Okay.
I'm getting a bit excited.
Yeah.
It was a full-on tug action within the pants. He knew what he was doing.
Was he looking for attention? Was he standing in a way that he wasn't trying to have a cheeky, slow one?
There wasn't many people on the street because it was after midnight. I mean,
okay, so late night.
I broke the rule: don't stay out after midnight. And really, you should listen to that rule, kids.
And this is why,
right? Because you'll see strange shit after midnight, especially when you're travelling.
You probably fucked up and said devil, devil, devil.
Right.
Yeah, and then the devil appeared, fucking having a wank in his pants.
He was down in hell, and then he's like, fuck, I'm on Hollywood Boulevard.
Yeah, I might just stroke one out while I'm here.
Mid-tug.
Yeah.
Well, he was doing it downstairs.
That's right, and you've summoned him.
Summoned him.
He's like, this is fucking inconvenient.
Yelling devil, devil, devil.
I was just rubbing one out in front of Netflix, and you bloody called me up here.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had dinner time to prepare.
Yeah.
Now I've got to follow through.
Yeah.
Because I'm the devil, I'm not big on self-control.
And then one of my friends was like, Steve Buscemi. Pff, he showed up on Hollywood Boulevard.
And he wouldn't have been wanking.
He wasn't wanking.
He's a top bloke.
Having a snack, watching Netflix as well.
Yeah.
He's like having a snack next to the guy wanking. And it all got very strange. And that was my trip to Los Angeles.
Wow. Mm-hmm. That's a good story.
It's a weird place sometimes.
Yeah.
It's a weird place. It actually is a bit weird.
Yeah?
Yeah. I like it. I've visited it a lot.
Okay.
I've been to California 5 times.
Wow.
New York once. Mm-hmm. I will do the middle of America soon. I genuinely want to go and do some other states, not just fucking California and New York. But it is strange because you've got a lot of wealth.
Yep.
And then you've got a lot of poverty. Mm-hmm. And even this dude wanking on the street, probably not in a very good headspace.
Maybe not.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure living in poverty.
Yep.
So it's weird. Glamour meets poverty and people wanking on the streets who are probably homeless. Yeah, you know?
Yep.
You know, because when you're from the outside, it's like you just think Hollywood is glamorous and it's all mansions, but it's dark.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's dark.
Yeah.
So, probably some strange stories there. I might think of some more as we go. Have you got one yet?
A few things going through my head. Look, this is not much of a story, but I was trying to think of what memories have burned into my head over the years on travelling. So one of my best mates, Wayne, you know Wayne?
Yep.
He got mugged by a monkey in Bali.
Wow.
Yeah, walking along with a packet of peanuts in his pocket. And a pretty big monkey, pretty big. Like, we're talking, came over and grabbed him by like the waistband of his pants, and just shook him and shook him and shook him and shook him, and then Wayne was kind of rattled because he didn't grow up amongst monkeys. He grew up here in Perth. So he's not sure of the protocol. Is the monkey going to bite me? Am I going to get rabies? What's happening here? And it did look like a shakedown. It had a bit of a give me your wallet energy about it.
Wow.
And then the monkey reached into his pocket and ripped out his bag of peanuts and fucked off. And it was clearly all about peanuts. This monkey liked peanuts a lot.
The food was there.
The food was there.
It was there for the taking.
Yeah, but he didn't stealth it. He didn't just kind of pickpocket it, like, on the sly.
No.
He just went in, just shook him hard.
Went in confident.
Let him know, look, I may be like 5 feet shorter than you, but I'm a monk. I got the monkey strength and I'll fuck you up.
Yeah.
Gave him just enough of a shake to get him worried about his safety, and then took the peanuts and fucked off. And we stood there going, well, let's just let that crime happen. None of us are prepared to go after that monkey.
No, well, what did he care? Was he like, I was really looking forward to eating that bag of peanuts? Or did Ween just go, I think monkey got me?
No, I think he's pretty good at laughing things off, Wayne. He didn't look too traumatised. Yeah, no, he looked entertained more than anything. But I remember thinking that's one of the most vicious muggings that I've ever witnessed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's not a lot you can do. You don't want to be the guy that chases a monkey and gets in a fight with a monkey. What year was this?
Oh, we are probably talking about, this is a long time ago.
Okay, so before phones and people filming it.
This was the 90s.
Okay, well that's handy. Because if you did chase the monkey and like got in a fight with a monkey, not as many people around to film it. Because now, you got to think about that. You're like, if I be that guy that chases the monkey and gets in a fight with the fucking monkey, some dickhead is going to be filming this. It's going to end up on the internet. And it's going to end up on Aussie Man Reviews.
And that's a lose-lose. If I'm like, filmed having a fight with a monkey, on the slim chance I beat the monkey, then I'm that cunt who beat up a monkey. And if the monkey kicks my ass, then I'm a guy who got beat up by a monkey.
That's your meme.
Yeah.
That becomes your meme.
I am. And I don't want that in my life.
Your Bali monkey guy.
Yeah, but I didn't intervene at all. And I would like to think that in any other situation where someone's getting mugged right next to me, I would try to intervene. But in that situation, I thought, no, there's no way I'm chasing a monkey and fighting it on its home turf.
No. It's got the home ground advantage.
If there was a monkey robbing my house, I'd probably step up.
Yeah.
At least to get the monkey out of the house.
Yeah.
But not on its home turf.
I think Milton is proud of you for not chasing the monkey and getting in a fight with the monkey.
Yeah.
Milton's okay with that. He appreciates that you didn't try to start a fight. So good on you there, Moz. And hopefully your mate Ween got another bag of peanuts.
I think so.
Got on with the holiday.
They were freely available at the shops.
Okay.
It wasn't like a peanut drought going on in Bali at the time.
I haven't been to Bali.
Oh, yeah?
No, I haven't been. I'm an Australian that's not been to Bali.
Oh, yeah, wow.
Haven't done it.
Yeah,
Been to Thailand.
Thailand's good.
Thailand.
Like Thailand?
Fun. Yeah, we like Thailand. Last year went to Canada and been to the UK. Been there. I've been to Prague. Surely I saw some strange shit in Prague. There's a torture museum.
Oh, that's good.
Which is pretty fucked.
Yeah, wow.
I mean, those images stay with you.
Yeah,
if you ever go to Prague, go to the torture museum, you'll see some strange shit. The one I remember is like a pole, and it's like someone being pulled down over the pole as it goes up the butthole.
Yeah.
That stuck with me. And this was like, when did I go to Prague? 11 years ago.
That's something you can't unsee.
Yeah, I can't.
Once you see the pole that goes up the butthole, in medieval times, the medieval butt pole,
So Prague Torture Museum, that was a strange one. Prague was awesome. Yeah, that was fun. Where else did I go? Slovakia. Yeah, I went down to Bratislava.
Wow.
Yeah, that was fun. Not a lot happening. It was pretty quiet at the time. Austria, Vienna. Anything strange happened there? Nah. Can't access the memory.
No.
Memory gone.
Have some time to think about it.
Yeah, we're going back a while. Anyway, my answer's public masturbation.
I think that probably wins.
Confronting and strange.
Yeah.
Hollywood wins that one.
Yeah.
And you saw a fucking monkey mugging your friend.
Yeah.
You saw a robbery.
Yeah, I'm sure I've seen lots of other weird shit, but that was the first one that jumped out.
I saw a cop pull a gun on Hollywood Boulevard as well.
At a guy masturbating?
No.
Right.
Not at a guy masturbating, not at Steve Buscemi. I think it was a prostitute. Or
wow,
something.
he pulled a gun on a prostitute?
I think so.
Was she armed?
I don't know. No.
No?
She had a handbag.
She had a handbag?
It was like right in the hot spot, like opposite what was the Kodak Theatre or Gorman's Chinese, where the Academy Awards are.
Yeah, right.
And it was like right on the corner there. I think opposite Roosevelt Hotel or something. And it was busy. I mean, it's always busy, that area. And it was just like, put your hands on the wall. Put your hands on the wall. And all the tourists are just like, is this a movie?
Yeah.
I don't think this is a movie.
Are they shooting something?
I think the cops have pulled a gun.
Wow.
Yeah. So Hollywood Boulevard, the place to be.
It's going off. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Well, those are my travel stories. Those are some of Mozza's. I'm sure we'll think of some crackers.
Yeah.
Some absolute rippers right as we end this.
Yeah.
We'll be like, oh, yeah. There was also that time in fucking Bratislava. I don't know. All right. Well, that concludes tonight's show, everyone. Thank you very much for watching what was the Wednesday show.
The Wednesday show.
Tonight. If you've just joined us, sorry you missed it. It was pretty good. But we'll be back. I'll be back doing just a solo live stream on July 13th.
That's Friday week.
Yes.
Yeah.
So like 9 to 10 days. We'll just do a solo catch up, pretty laid back. I can do my ASMR if some of you request it. One person, I think, requested it after last week.
Okay.
So I can do my ASMR
On the strength of one person.
for one person.
Okay.
No, that's not weird. Hopefully they'll be travelling. It can be their weird travel story.
Yeah, there you go.
Aussie Man did ASMR for me to help me fall asleep in a sleeper train.
On my morning commute.
Yeah.
I fell asleep, missed work. Now my life's a mess.
Happy to help. No, happy to help with my ASMR. Some retro gaming and just some general Q&A as well. So I'll do a solo one on July 13th. Then the full team is back together for July 20, July 27. The full team being Mozza, Milton, Dan the Tech Guy, and myself.
Yep.
So yeah, thank you very much for watching us again tonight.
Oh, you're on a smooth roll wrapping us up, but I'm just mindful we haven't done any shout-outs. Is there anyone we need to give shout-outs
Oh,
to?
wow.
Yeah.
You're good, Mozza.
Oh, mate.
You're almost ready for full-on co-host. You've just been, like, guest.
I don't want to start any tension between me and Milton. I don't want to hide.
I haven't done any shout-outs. So, yeah, I usually do shout-outs for people who have subscribed.
Maybe just get
who
a
have
few
sent
out.
some bits.
Yeah.
We've definitely had some bits sent in. Mm-hmm. So let me have a look in the Streamlabs here. Jeez, no, you're good, Mozza. You're onto it. Yeah, you can subscribe on Twitch. There's a few different options, $5 a month, $10, $25. So if you can subscribe to the show, that's awesome. It keeps the team going. We really appreciate it. If you have Amazon Prime, you can connect it to your Twitch account and you get Twitch Prime and you get one free sub with that, which is pretty good because Amazon Prime's pretty cheap and then you don't have to pay for your free sub, but the creator still gets paid. So you can do Amazon Prime, connect it to Twitch. That's a good idea. I recommend that idea. Or send bits is also very good. I had not taken care of business there.
No, it's all right. No, I'm here. I got your back.
You do?
Yeah.
I was all like, Wednesday.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, you got my back. I was being too chill.
Yeah.
Okay, who do we have here? Sponge Babe, thank you for your 10 bits. Cheers, Sponge Babe. Officer Nasty, thank you for your 300 bits.
Nice.
Enjoy your trip, Mozza, on point. I got my trip too.
Yeah. No, yeah, well, you're included in that.
I got FOMO. Mickey Ham dropping 5,000 bits. Fuck me, Mickey Ham. Thank you very much.
Mate,
From the bottom of my little heart.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mickey Ham. I think I'm saying that username right. Yeah, I am. Cheers, Mickey Ham. We really appreciate it. Mozza,
That's
you want to
huge.
say thanks?
Thank you, Mickey Ham. Thank you very, very much. Yeah. Look, I'm going to get 2 cheeseburgers tonight.
Good.
Yeah.
Dan, do you want to give Mickey Ham a thumbs up?
Yeah.
Good.
That's
Good
solid.
stuff.
Yeah.
Oi, Milton. Milt. Can you give Mickey Ham a thank you?
I'm feeling a lot of positive vibes coming off Milton. A lot of positive vibes.
All right, thank you, Mickey Ham. Yeah, Milton said thank you.
Did he say that?
Yeah,
Was that him?
that was. He's got a voice.
Okay, sounded a bit like you.
Nah.
Okay.
Yeah, nah. Yeah, thank you, Mickey Ham, for that. We've all said thank you, all of us, including Milton.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Sponge Babe, Officer Nasty. Thank you for everyone who's following as well. Germ R6. Thank you for your resubscription for 3 months.
Fuck yeah.
They've chosen to buy in for 3 months.
Good stuff.
That gives me confidence.
Oh, yeah.
That's good.
Fills us with hope.
Yeah, that fills us with hope. Someone's on the journey. They fucking like bloody ride or die with us.
Yeah,
that's
love it.
good.
Love it.
Nah, that's good shit. Danny Mite, thank you for your bits again tonight. Thank you very much to Danny Mite. Show Main 11, thank you for your resubscription for 2 months.
Wow.
We've not changed permanently to a Wednesday night show. It's just because we have some travel coming up. It will normally be Friday. Every once in a while, we'll probably do this. Just because we travel occasionally. It's a thing that we do.
Yep.
Marvin _Emu, thank you for your subscription. H2D2, thank you for your 500 bits, just because it's Wednesday, and for the England soccer win. Oh, yeah, congrats to England for your win in the World Cup last night. Penalty shootout, I'm pretty sure.
Yep.
Yeah, I didn't see it. That was a 2 a.m. game here. I did fall asleep by that time.
Fair enough.
I saw the one before it. Sweden beat Switzerland. So, yeah, congrats to England on your fucking win there. They're through to the... Is that the semi-finals now? I think, yeah. Fucking crazy. Invis DK, thank you for your resubscription and your moderation work. We appreciate it as always. Frio Bunny, thank you for your bits. IR_geek, thank you very much. Osmosis, thank you for your 100 bits. Remote Daled, thank you for your subscription. Pinklad12, thank you for your subscription. Brutus0791, thank you for your sub. H2D2, thank you for gifting a sub. Dr. Haphazard, thank you for your sub through Prime. Good shit. Pot Culture, thank you for your resubscription for 2 months. Fuck, this is an epic one. I'm glad you remembered this, Mozza. It was a busy night for the subs.
Good.
Doing it on the one-off Wednesday. Maybe we do like a one-off... Maybe that becomes a thing. One-off Tuesday. Well, I mean, we'll run out of days to keep calling it
eventually.
one-off.
Yeah.
The fresh day's kind of fun, is what I'm saying. Winnie HD, thank you for you hosted. Oh, cheers, Winnie HD. Pot Culture, yeah, your bringer of rain, thank you for your sub. Chungito TW, thank you for your sub. Slipknot898, hosted. Oh, cheers for that. Grafford, thank you for your sub. Trojan Turtle _YT, you were just before we started streaming. Hope you were able to watch. Thank you for your sub. Nicole, thank you for your donation as well. When was that one? Did you watch the last one there from last Friday? She reckons that was the best one yet.
Wow.
So that's good. That feedback is always nice. The Cookies gave us $4 once upon a time there. These ones were all in the last few days. Thank you for everyone who subs or sends bits during the week. Hopefully you were able to watch tonight. That is a big job, isn't it?
Huge.
Should make sure I don't forget it. Thank you for having my back, Mozza.
No worries.
And yeah, we are signing off for tonight to go on planes, do some travelling. But I'll be back Friday next week, 13th of July. And then the full team, 20th of July, 27th of July. That is the end. Should we add that to our playlist?
The end? All right.
The Doors.
Okay.
It's a 10-minute one.
Yeah.
It's good.
Kill some time.
Like the very end of the compilation. This is the end. Beautiful friend. The end. This is the end. Alright, yeah. Alright, yeah. I like to practice my Jim Morrison impersonation.
Pretty good.
Alright, yeah. You do it? You do it.
Jim Morrison impression. I woke up this morning and I got myself a beer. That's all I got.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Dum, 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 oh, na, 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 na.